1, 2, 3, Rain, talk to me. We're gonna hit a beat and talk about my Eve. Everybody, you know what I say.
God.
I'm gonna do a beat.
Make it stop.
Rain?
It's
Why?
time to stop.
Why did you?
Rock, paper, scissors, right? We don't want Eve to be as simple as shut the fuck up, Seto!
Floods of like memes, and these small gangers are like, we're the elite of the elite. Do not fuck with us. We will kill you. We are the best players ever. It's like, dude, I did your shit. I did it better than you did.
You know what this conversation is like? When I say not enough supers die in Delve, and people tell me, oh look, there's a super died in Delve. So it's like, when
What
I'm
are
talking
you
about
even
the balance
talking
issue,
about? We were talking about fucking balance, not supers
Yeah.
dying in Delph.
Look,
Why does
look.
everything with you have to be about supers fucking dying in
Shut
Delph?
up! Shut up!
Christ!
It's an analogy, moron. It's an analogy. Okay?
You guys stop arguing. You act like a fucking married couple. Jesus
It's-
Christ.
No, don't stop arguing.
It's an
Well, it is
analogy.
Trash Talk
I
Tuesday.
was like,
I mean, with every American,
he's got a gun. Get down.
this is why we can't have nice things.
Capsuleers is not gendered.
Why the fuck am I mad?
Why?
Capsulettes.
Yeah, but it's not gendered, so capsuleers includes both
I
masculine
said
and feminine.
It's just being funny.
Why
Oh,
am I
okay.
fucking mad? I don't look clever.
Look, listen, I haven't had a chance to change it while the intro is running because I forgot. I'm changing it right now.
I'm not that ugly.
Can we just call Sandra and Mav now?
See, I like the all-inclusive guys, gals, and non-binary pals.
There we go.
That's actually really clever. Why aren't you more
Well,
inclusive, Redline?
My name's
You know
Mav.
Stop. Okay.
Let's just cancel
Anyways,
Redline. Let's
anyways,
call Will
you
Smith,
can't-
get him slapped.
You can't. Like you can't.
I'm pretty
So,
sure we can.
Daniel asks, "Where are the cams? Are we gonna turn on the cams or not?"
Let's do it.
All right, you can turn on your cams and I'll put them on stream.
We're gonna end up with Kuruma in VR furry chat again.
Probably. I'm too, and apparently I'm too low, so that's okay. I'll fix that too. It's a whole new mess of problems and technical issues that we're all gonna deal with together, okay, as a family. Because my name's Redline13, and you're tuned into the goddamn. Let me do the fucking intro, Riker. I swear to God. Welcome to the second best talk show about EVE Online that broadcasts Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or whatever
Right
time it
after the
is.
meta show.
EVE Online. God, Riker, some days I wonder how you can function as a human being with as little brain power as you possess. Is there an explanation? Are you a machine?
When I figure one out, I'll let you know.
Okay, fair enough. Well, everybody say hello. Say hello, guys. Well, you're here.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
I don't know if you
Just
have
got
to
cheeky
say-
macas.
Oh, did you get some nuggies?
Also, I don't know how to unhide this chat highlight, which is kind of awkward, but we'll figure it out. So, anyways, we've got a few weeks of things to talk about because we've been gone for a while. We haven't done Trash Talk Tuesday. So, where do you guys want to start?
I hear Feyth Abalis is on fire.
No, let's talk about what happened between the last episode and this episode. And then we can talk about all the news this week. So, Redline, what happened after the last episode of Trash Talk Tuesday?
You mean the blackout?
Yeah.
That happened. That was
How did that go?
That was an interesting adventure. That's for fucking sure. Holy shit. It went very poorly.
Why would you say poorly? It looked
Because
like you had a lot of support.
Because it worked. Everybody was watching it, and how many people did it? Like 20 different people were all
The
streaming
moment it
the
got
same thing.
auto-hosted.
Oh yeah,
and
and
for two full days, the Twitch page had a lot of individuals. Some of them were like newer. A lot of people pointed out that they were newer streamers, so therefore, didn't think it was as important. But others, it was like yourself, Manic, LB, like prominent members of the community doing it.
Yeah, it was nuts. It was nuts. So there's a lack of banners down below under the channel thingy here. And that's because I've got to change some banners. Oh, but yeah,
So
no,
what's
the whole thing was that we didn't like the monetization that was going on with that little silly retriever pack that they put out. CSM wrote an open letter, and then nothing happened for like a week, and then I was like, "Fuck it, do this," and then the stream went live, everything caught on, and like 2 days later, the whole thing was gone. Pack was gone.
so
Magic.
you're the you consider yourself the reason the pack was removed and CCP issued a statement, correct?
Oh, absolutely. I bear sole responsibility for that.
Trend settle line 13.
What was it? What kind of line 13? Did you say poinsettia?
Trend setter line.
Oh,
No,
Jesus,
trend
I thought you
setter.
said poinsettia, like a fucking, the flowers. But you didn't say that. That's good.
So CCP removed the pack and issued a statement. Are you happy with the statement, or are you just happy that there is a statement?
I was just happy there was a statement.
And so now that the show is back, I'm assuming you're done boycotting. Like you're all okay with CCP now, or you do still have qualms with them? Like, did you like the response?
I didn't really care one way or the other. Like they're gonna do what they're gonna do, but if as long as people are gonna have like input to it, so if the stuff comes from players, that's at least a pretty decent compromise. And as long as there's like an actual group of players that are gonna be able to look at that stuff and make sure that it's not absolute shit before it goes live and be listened to, but that's a different story. I'm just gonna blow up spaceships.
Well, now we've got Sutonia on the CSM. No, sorry, in CCP.
Yeah, but he's like an event coordinator, so he's not really gonna be.
He's a QA analyst.
Yeah, he's,
No, he's
QA.
an event coordinator. What?
No, he's a
No,
QA
he's not.
analyst for the events team, live event team.
My condolences to Sutonia.
He's working
Okay.
directly with CCP Fozzie and CCP Trash Panda, who do the live events. So the Garistas event that's coming up, he's going to be QAing all their stuff.
Nice.
He's gonna be QAing like everything.
I'm just going to say everything, and so then when something breaks, we can all blame Sutonia.
Let's say like that's if he has to go in there and if he's got to go in there and test all of it himself, well, you know what? God bless him.
Yeah, I mean that's cool for him. That's cool for him. I'm glad that that's something that he wanted. I'm glad that he got it. So that also happened, but that was more recent. So what else happened?
The blackout happened. CCP pulled back the prospector pack, issued a statement. Players kind of calmed down about that. I really don't know what happened between then and now. All I remember is Sutonia, now that you guys mention it. Oh, there's some stuff that's happened in the South.
There's some patches.
Well, that's true. There's a patch. There's a patch today, along with an accompanying dev blog. And
well, there's the other patch as well that happened where they fixed the bomber skill that people have been bitching about for years.
Is that the one that they called a buff, but it was just them fixing a bug?
God, thank God you showed up, Carmen Jello. Jesus. I even fixed your portrait and everything, and you weren't here, and I was gonna be so mad.
He was shooting nerds in the face in Counter-Strike.
I'm sure
I was trying to fix my laptop, to be honest with you. Hang on.
How is life in the initiative treating you, Carmen?
Oh, it's really good. People are hitting me up to go to times and stuff all the time. It's fantastic. What's the content?
Are you
Getting
having fun?
More Etsy opportunities in initiative, are you?
Are you having fun being bat phone to Feyth because the goon deployment isn't big enough?
Wait, Carmen.
I mean that's not part of the joke, I suppose.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I was about to ask if you really were in initiative, because I knew there was a joke, but I didn't. I don't.
You didn't know that you were in fact the joke.
Listen.
Okay, so the joke was someone put like a post on Reddit a while ago that I was joining initiative, right? And then in the cesspool, I changed my flare to have like the initiative flare, and it's been like that for like maybe a month or so, I suppose. And then last night, one of the Brave FCs PM'd me, and they were like, "Hey, do you want to bring in it to go to this timer? Do you want to go and kill this Horde Asbel?" And I'm sitting there thinking, "Sure, yeah, I'd love to take in it to go to shoot this Asbel." And it seems like I managed to ruse this guy for quite a while. and then he ended up going to the fight and then, lost pretty badly. I don't think it was related. I think the ruse was up before he went there, right? I think he found out before he went there, but it's still pretty funny.
You don't think that you were the cause of his demise because you didn't bring in it like you promised you would?
What are you drinking, Carmen?
It is Carlsberg Pilsner.
I have a 1.25 bottle of Coke.
Nice.
Maybe I should have brought in it to that fight. Who knows? I told him I was going to ask Darkshines if I could bring a fleet, and I didn't. So, really, it's on me.
I mean, not that the rest of the stream can see what we're drinking, because, somebody is like, yeah, put cans up, and we did.
All right, hold up. I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Hold up, I thought this was a cam stream, right?
Oh, are we putting cams up?
Yeah, put the cams up. Let me throw the cams on. We'll get the cams going. Sorry.
I need to start stealing some of that Nikocado avocado OnlyFans money, to get my face out there.
Did you say avocado?
Yeah, Nikocado avocado.
Avocado.
Oh man,
What is that?
You even put the initiative on my portrait as well. I can't believe
With an asterisk. I told you, I hooked you up, man. I meant it when I said it. All right. Gonna hide the nameplates now.
Right back.
We'll be right here. All right.
Now I have to set things up, Redline.
You don't have to set anything up. There's no expectations here.
No, I'm gonna.
You mean I didn't have to put a t-shirt on?
I
don't know. All right, so there you go. There's Carmen and Kale. Two great people. All right, finally, TTT. Yes, correct. We'll just leave that up there. Like, it's fine. I'll figure out the window size and everything here in a second after we do this. So, Rain, you mentioned some stuff going on in the south. Rain.
Yeah.
You also mentioned. Oh, she's back.
I had heard there was like a 1 trillion-isk dread brawl plus some subcaps, and then something about RMC versus fire.
Goons have to lose near the
1
equivalent they lost on Keep Stars just to finally break their 0 for 22 fort kill streak.
Dave Archer finally learned why they nerfed Fort Stars today.
But he probably knew that they were nerfing them like 2 weeks ago, but just learned why today, right?
Well, he didn't know. He learned why they're nerfing them in that 1 trillion ISK dread brawl, because they went, I think it was like 2 for 1 on ISK, because they dropped on a Fortizar, and the Fortizar is equivalent of like 4 or 5 dreads just pumping that you can't stop.
I don't think the Fort had much to do with it, to be honest with you. I think they fumbled the execution colossally.
I mean, they did, but I like to blame structures because fuck structures.
Like, the reason the Fort did damage during the pit is because they were throwing bombs at them for like 5 hours straight because it was maximum tie-dye.
I mean, the Fort does as much DPS as like 2 dreads, right? So if you drop in like 50 plus dreads on each side, it's almost irrelevant in terms of like the damage it does, right? It's not a huge amount that it contributes to the fight. Like, it's not going to swing it massively one way or the other.
Siku's bombs probably helped. Pando's bombs going the opposite direction probably didn't. Wait, no, that was the second fight. It was Mav's bombs that went the opposite direction in the first fight.
Dude, get Mav on here. For the 1 trillion dread brawl, Mav gets on comms and I'm like, Mav, can you form TFIs, please? Told me he wasn't TFI qualified. He had to do bombers instead, unfortunately. I was very disappointed. But then a very groggy Sandrin Stone appeared about 20 minutes later and said he was forming TFIs, so it was all good.
How are you not TFI certified?
Matt doesn't actually FC that much. He does a lot of support stuff, though.
Hey, Johnny.
Hey.
Next time there's a fight and I bring a bomber, could you bridge me in if I bomb Goons?
Yeah, we can do that.
Alright, I'll be there next time then.
Bro, that's bait.
So, we all doing a camp show tonight, are we?
Yeah, man. Did you read the ping?
Well, apparently not all of us.
I did not read the paint. Look, I am very busy in things going on in Eve right now that I can't discuss.
Very busy. There's absolutely nothing going on. Any timer that you're at isn't getting contested. Let's be completely fucking honest.
So both Goons and Nets have pre-pinged an 0200 form up, and I have no idea what it's for, so I'm sure it's not very important.
Okay, listen, I'm gonna just say it, like, as someone who has shot many, many undefended structures in Delve, it is very time consuming and is something you need to wake up for.
Hey, did we ever actually get the DNA test for Mifune and Mittens after the last time he was on the camp?
No, we did not.
They do not look alike. What are you talking about?
We really don't. I don't know why people say I do. I think it's because of the nose. Like,
It's your chin, man. It's because
No,
you
they
have
look
the little
nothing
soul patch.
alike.
X
You have a
up
little
in
soul
chat
patch.
if you think Mifune looks like the Matani.
That's
Wait,
not a,
Like a young 20-year-old version.
That's not a
I
thing.
thought we had a topic
poll.
list of stuff to go over today.
We absolutely did. We had a topic list, but you were too busy chatting shit in the regular lounge, and now it's lost. So we have to go find it again. All the way back up here, like 7 hours ago.
You mean you need to go find it
All
again?
right, there's a poll up if you guys want to do that while everyone
Oh
else
my
talks about
God.
real news.
Can you imagine? Okay, so we talked about the blackout. Does anybody have anything else that they want to say about like monetization in EVE Online? I know there's been a lot of opinions, but anybody
Can they
want to
just
say them?
make good skins?
Look,
please?
monetization is a normal part of any game. It's become the normal for companies to make money. What's not okay is when you do it in a game like EVE, where putting stuff from the void into the game can ruin the economy. That's where the no comes from. It's not the fact that they're trying to monetize the game specifically. It's the fact that they're monetizing the game in a way that will fuck with the market that literally makes EVE EVE.
Can they just make
Yep.
good skins, please?
Yes,
It's
have you
it's
guys-
what
no.
every other fucking game
Have-
does, and it
Have
works.
you all seen the skins from Serenity? Like seriously, like if you go
Oh,
out
that's
there
so
and
nice.
Google the EVE Online skins from the Serenity server, I
They're
don't know
beautiful.
what dev team they have on that shit, but they fucking need it on Tranquility.
Like it's every fucking game does it, and it's become the norm. But for some reason, EVE just doesn't put any effort into the skins. They all look awful, except for like a select few, and it's just such a missed opportunity. And they try all this random bullshit that everybody hates, and then they're like, "But we need money." It's like, what? There's like, obviously, I presume they've done more research on it than me, but I can't imagine that it's not worthwhile investing more time in skins for that.
I mean, if this was a free to play, I'd understand that a lot more. But as a subscription based game, you know what I mean. Like you need to get a Mega to really do anything.
I had a conversation with Dominark, and Dominark pointed out, he's like, if CCP literally just straight up said, hey guys, we need money, here's a GoFundMe, players would literally fucking pay them. They don't need to come up with some other bullshit payment scheme. If they're about to go under, or Pearl Abyss is trying to sell them off for like dirt cheap so no one gets paid, players would literally pay for it. If CCP is that desperate for money, that's what they need to do.
No,
Right, but that's not a business model, though, right? What they're doing is they're building a business model that is sustainable and is going to like have money for them in the long term. You can't just do a GoFundMe every 2 months to fucking fund the game.
Dude,
you know,
Star
can you
Citizen
imagine an
does
investor looking at that? Holy shit!
If Star
Citizen,
Citizen, if Star Citizen can do it for 4 years,
Yeah,
I'm
Star
sure
Citizen's
EVE Online
vaporware.
could.
It's not a real game.
Hi guys, I'm CCP blah blah. Subscribe to our Patreon.
I mean, Star Citizen is a real game. I've seen people play it. It is.
You remember the Doctor Who skins that came out like
Don't
a
lie.
month or two ago? They were
Yeah.
actually good skins. The amount of people that I know that just immediately bought those, despite them being like pretty fucking expensive for some skins in a game. Like, I don't understand why they just don't do that more. Because I'm sure that like it's gotta be pretty fucking profitable because everyone else does it.
The thing you got to think about here, right, is that CCP is on a path to learning how monetization is going to work, you know, well within EVE Online, and they're doing a really good job so far of finding out all of the things that they should not do.
Yeah, yeah.
As someone who may or may not have spent over $5,000 over the years in League of Legends skins, and then probably twice as much in Dota, if you put a good skin out, people will fucking buy them. You put shit out, and we ain't gonna touch it.
Kel, why haven't we played Dota yet?
Dota makes people angry.
I want to.
I mean, that's okay though.
I want to point out something in the chat. Someone,
hold up, I have a thing for that. What is it? What are we?
Someone in the someone in the chat was pointing out how the industry standard of monetization and how CCP is going in that direction. I don't think that's true. Because the industry standard for monetization is stupid bullshit like Fortnite battle passes and skins and even more skins that are more expensive, right? What EVE Online is heading in the direction of is like the direction of Terra or Warframe or fucking Rift. That just straight up
bullshit that no one
exactly.
The only people who enjoy it are the fucking Naval Doziers. He's like,
Like,
yeah,
we're
like
like, who
grand on a
knows?
ship. Fuck it.
Who knows? We are going to reach Raid Shadow Legends level of monetization.
Raid
of
Shadow
just
Legends.
pure
And
milking
you just
the
said
whales.
today's sponsor.
Yeah, Breadline, is this show sponsored by anyone today?
Absolutely. This show is
Raid
sponsored.
Shadow Legends.
This show is sponsored by. I don't know.
New Win Post YouTube. Go check it out. Throw us a subscribe button.
There's a
Well, it's
link.
not
Ding that bell
CCP
for
anymore, is
content.
it?
Click it. No,
Alright,
well, we have such
Oh,
short
dude, chat
vision.
thinks you look alike, dude.
So there are a lot of new skins.
I really
though.
don't think so.
Alright, we need to get
Um,
Matani on here. Alright, one of you Goonies, go poke
Please
Matani,
no.
tell him to come on the cam.
Please
Alright, we
no.
need we need to
We don't
settle
need
this
to
once
do
and
that.
for all.
But what we do need to do is appreciate the art of illusion. Just saying.
Continue.
I don't think anyone would say that like the stuff that CCP was coming out with was
So
massively damaging to the game, right? The issue is more like it's the first couple of steps down quite a dangerous path, right? And it's starting to set a precedent that kind of thing's okay, and it's pretty important that we clearly tell them that it's not, right? That's what the whole blackout thing was about.
Right. Yeah, that was the,
And I think we
the
achieved
entire
that.
purpose. Yeah, we really did. I mean, they listened, which was cool.
I
And
just gotta
I
say,
don't know if that was the real reason, but it'd be cool if it was a part of it.
I went to go do something in Eve, and as I went to click my mouse, the puppy got underneath my desk and started flipping her nose on my wrist to lift my hand off the mouse to give her attention.
That's what they do.
I
That is
know,
what they
but
do.
it's adorable.
All right. I'm on vacation, by the way, so sorry if I cut out.
It's okay. You sound like you're experiencing some crickets currently.
Yes, I'm outside.
Nice.
My nephew's trying to sleep. He's like a year and a half old, so.
You know who else is experiencing some crickets at the moment is Pandemic Horde in their staging system.
Oh.
Which one?
Oh fuck!
Someone clip that.
Oh no!
Did something happen to Horda? Did I miss something in my
Cricket.
like 50-hour work week?
Oh
The
jeez.
crickets, aka a Ragnarok.
He's out, as far as I know, right? He's not camped anymore or something.
There's no way. So like you would never tell people you were trapped if you actually were trapped and they were not certain about it. It's just a horrible misplay. Like it's Horde standing fleet, God bless them all, getting horribly baited by him again, which is hilarious because it's already happened once. Well, I was PL the first time, but where it works.
I mean, as long as somebody's
whole thing is just a
excited by
beautiful
cricket.
story to follow. You know, it's always entertaining.
What, the cricket story?
Yeah.
I was really entertained the first time, but I gotta be honest, right now, I'm not really interested. They didn't anchor a Fortizar this time, so I don't know. I don't think anybody thinks it's real. He's not really trapped there, is he?
Meanwhile, in Out the Passage, Jeremy failed to catch a disconnected super in a system that he was probing in. Good one, Jeremy.
Never go full Jeremy.
How long do you have to probe that?
I don't know, it was like 30 seconds or something, but like they were
So-
all he had a bunch of probers, they were hunting the supers because they dropped in the system, and then one of them disconnected and they somehow didn't manage to probe it.
To be fair, right? If you don't know what you're doing, you can screw it up in 30 seconds.
I don't know how many probers he had, but I just find it fucking hilarious.
So the thing with the like drone lands nano supers is there's so many systems in range that it's very hard to actually figure out where they're going to go next. You have to rely upon bait, which relies upon them being bad. It also relies on like a massively disproportionate amount of time invested to actually catch them, and having like a 2-day-old Pandemic Horde Thanatos riding in an Anom or something that looks really obvious to actually jump on. It relies upon them also being silly and actually going for it. It's very hard to catch them, so you get lucky.
Have you ever caught any of them?
We've killed supers and drones before, yeah. Killed Joey Zoms the first day he came in, actually.
It's easy to kill Joey, though. Why would you even brag about that? It is so easy to kill Joey Zom.
It's the first one that came to mind.
Day one is fucking savage, though. Like that's brutal.
So what happened to Cricket? What I had a very long work week, so I missed like practically everything that happened in EVE the past 6-7 days.
Well, Cricket seems to have gotten himself trapped in horde staging again. Or at least that's
again.
what he's saying. So I suppose that's
Johnny. Johnny, do you want to tell a story? I think you know it, right?
Yeah, Johnny, tell us the story.
Okay, so the story that I heard is from our like home defense capital fleet is called Pancrab, and allegedly they like warped to his Sino and he jumped to it and he was in local and they were absolutely positive that in the 10 seconds before downtime that he could not have warped off and he would have cloaked. But as someone who also owns a hyper rag, that is not what you would do in that situation at all. So I'm very dubious about it. I'm also almost positive that if Cricket actually was trapped, he wouldn't talk about it publicly and draw attention to it. He's just trolling people to invest large amounts of time to waste their time camping something that isn't actually there. It's funny because the second time this happened too. Like, we actually thought he was there. I imagine there would be a Fortizar anchoring or anchored at this point, but there isn't. So it's just one man living the hyper dream, keeping Marauder prices up in drones.
I think he's fairly publicly said that he's out of there now.
If he was ever trapped, is what we're saying.
I don't think he was trapped. I'm very dubious about that. Like, unless someone credible, meaning someone I actually believe, tells me they saw him there at downtime, I'm not believing it for a second. And I think if our alliance was convinced he was there, there'd be a large structure anchoring in that spot.
Yeah, probably. Instead, there's just bubbles. Astrotheme, you're talking a lot in chat. What are you saying? What were you saying?
What?
You were talking a lot about skins and login rewards.
Oh yeah, there's
You
new
said we
login.
had-
There's a new
you
login
said
system.
We had such short vision. What do you mean?
Oh no. We were they were talking about the monetization, all that stuff, and I was saying that like if you think that this is like the milking the monetization and selling something that might ruin the market, real whale bait would be an item that doesn't get destroyed in the same way that everything else gets destroyed. That allows them to do real permanent progress. You know, that's
like a monocle.
That's the apocalypse.
Well, I don't think anyone thinks that it's like really that bad. People are just worried that it's setting a precedent that will, I guess.
Yeah, it's mostly just making a
CCP
joke.
that that's okay, right? An okay path to go down, but it's not obviously.
No, the biggest thing is that. So, what's really funny was right after the whole industry stuff started and blackout happened and people just mass exited the game for a while. The first thing that I said to people in my corp was, "Oh my god, I'm getting flashbacks to Star Wars Galaxies," right? And I think someone posted a screenshot today. Someone posted a screenshot today on r/Eve of the new character creator with the experimental UI. And I'll have to find the pictures, the two pictures I have when I get the chance to step away from Eve. But it literally looks like the character creator from Star Wars Galaxies.
I never
That
played
is pretty
Star Wars
funny.
Galaxies. What is?
You know what's really funny is like the amount of times I hear that the character creator in Eve is like really, really good compared to other games. It's kind of looked at as being one of the better ones like in the gaming industry, and yet no one really gives a shit about it.
They keep improving it too.
It's because CCP doesn't really use your character in the game, though. Like it's all about, hey, it's about your ship rather than your character.
What if we had a feature that would let us get out of our pods and walk around in
Ooh.
stations?
No.
What if?
What if we could talk in stations?
What if there was a doorway that we could like think about going through for 13 years?
I feel like you guys are talking about something that's an actual thing, but I just don't understand. What are you talking about?
Redline, you're saying stupidity.
You know, like that show Talking in Stations, but what if you could walk in stations?
So, like, would that be like striding in stations?
When Dust
I
came
don't-
out, you could walk around the station with the other Dust players. I was like pretty keen. I was like, all right, cool. This is the step.
So,
like eventually they're gonna do it on Eve, and they never fucking did.
If you guys look in the regular lounge,
they never
the
did it in
regulars
the-
lounge, take a
That's
look
right.
in the Take a look in the regular lounge. Tell me that's not the same goddamn character creator.
When was the last time we heard something new about CCP's new FPS game they're working on, which is, I guess a lot of people
Since it was barely announced.
They're still hiring for it. My guess is there's going to be something at FanFest.
There's been a couple of interviews about it in the last year, but very vague. Industry shattering, like whatever hype stuff, not like anything specific. But they have talked about it a few times recently.
You want to build a Titan, you need to send troops on the field to go get this rare resource in our new game.
Oh my fucking god. Could you imagine it's like they revive Dust. You want to build your Titans at Eve, you gotta go mine resources in Dust and transfer it over to your Eve pilot.
You gotta actually weld it together with like a little NPC
In
person.
No, in the
you
VR.
Do it in VR though. You
Yeah,
do
you
the
have to do
welding in
VR.
VR.
What's really weird is that like they do have this shooter that they're building, and we should hear more about it. But the problem is that all of the clues that they're giving is something that seems different. Like the scope videos that they've been putting out doesn't appear to be made in the Unreal Engine. So they're continuing to advance their own like internal animation tools. And they have done a lot of enhancements to the character creator and the model and the animation systems over the last few years. They just did the new mocapping or not mocapping, but the voice acting, and you can see the face talking and all that stuff. So I don't know what it is that they have planned. I don't think it's like walking in stations or anything, but they do want to like make our avatar a little bit more than just a person that looks around in the character screen, I think.
Just purely out of interest there, like what is it about those videos that makes you convinced that they weren't made in the Unreal Engine?
Mostly because of the fact that so Unreal Engine comes default with a certain quality of like lighting engine and their animation systems and all that stuff, and the scope videos went from very, very crude to increasingly complex, as if they were building an engine and adding functionality as they went, rather than the Unreal Engine, which I think actually would look a little bit better, and wouldn't have like seen the same kind of growth because the engine would have already had all that stuff taken care of, if that makes sense.
It looked crappier than the base.
And then on the other side of things, we know that they've been
working.
We know that they've been working on this stuff. So, like their own animation system, their own mocap system, and all that stuff. We just have no idea what for. They've gestured broadly in the direction.
Well,
but I don't know.
For the new like model stuff that they
saying that you can see like whether it's in a particular game engine or not is like really, I mean, it's just speculation at this point, right? And if you actually have followed the progress of Unreal Engine, they've made pretty enormous strides in the last couple of years, particularly in like the fields of kind of like digital humans and like replicating real people and stuff like that. So I think you should definitely go and check out some of that stuff because it's genuinely quite interesting.
Hold on. Well, yeah, I do game development. That's like I've worked in Unreal. Like that's.
Oh right, so you should know this already then.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, if they had done it in Unreal, it would have looked better, and it would have looked better earlier. That's what I'm trying to say.
I mean, hey, this is CCP. Don't give them too much credit. They could have fucked that shit up.
Is this really the burning topic that we've come up with now? Is whether they use?
Oh, we were going to talk about
I was
the.
I was waiting for someone to move on to the next topic, but no one seems to want to.
They're making their in-game animation system.
This is just something you have to get used to. Redline
is what
we're gonna drift topics. Okay,
that's fair.
Like, have you not hosted this show?
Yeah, so the login rewards, that's a thing. Do you want to tell us about those?
Sure.
Oh.
Or somebody else can if they want.
I don't know what the login rewards
are.
Oh wait, no,
there's
something about how
today, and it was dope.
Basically, how it works is you log in and you get free stuff.
Ooh. So now you get permanent skins, which can be of a new skin line, which is a recolored biosecurity, and you can get older skins like Purity of the Throne through this system as well. However, they apply upon redemption, so you can't like sell your Purity of the Throne skin or something like that.
Are they still
Um,
30 days or are they permanent?
no, they're permanent. All of them are
I
permanent
think
now.
fuck for that.
And it avoids giving you a duplicate. So you should like slowly but surely get the whole collection.
Yeah, the reason I didn't really care about any of those skins on the login rewards was because they're temporary, right? Like making them
Right.
permanent is actually pretty cool.
Yeah. It's dumb. Absolutely. So and then there is no more BPCs. There is new drugs that are like crazy good. They buff like 4 or 5 different abilities at once. And you can also
I
What?
should mention the new boosters. I got one today, thankfully, with the login reward. They actually persist through jump clones and
Really?
self. Yeah, I jump cloned from 1DQ over to TR07, and it gave me the warning saying my boosts were going to be destroyed.
Oh, so it's
and then
like
it
a little
didn't.
cerebral accelerator?
I'm gonna give you
Why
guys
would
a
you
warning
jump
that
over
that
to
might be a bug. Who knows?
TR07 though?
Because I needed to jump clone quickly because I was asked to do a fleet and I had to form that second. So I was like, okay, burn the jump clone,
What are
be
you
there in
doing
2
with
seconds.
fleets down there though?
Feythabolus, Goons, burning Feythabolus. I mean,
Why would Goons
been a
burn
thing.
Feythabolus? Like
why?
Yeah, no,
because we've been
Well,
doing
I'm in
it for like a
PL.
month.
deployment.
I'm in PL and I don't know why Goons would be down there for
We've been
comparison.
doing it for a month.
Because they've been chasing Johnny.
Is Johnny down there?
Well, yeah,
Because
Horde's down there, Test is down there.
We
the last
casually
Feyth
deployed to like
period of time.
Tenerifus to just, a little poke, little jab, blew up a few forts, going to Esoteria a little bit, poking some pests, shooting some Mensablexes.
Aren't you guys just like kicking in red? Or not red, but fire?
We were shooting
Yeah,
arms.
so basically, Fire was trying to kick into Red Alliance, and then Red Alliance, yes, they were, and they were in impasse. They were in impasse, bro. They were attacking impasse like fucking crazy.
Oh no, we killed the Astra House.
And then so Whelp Squad deployed up to that area to help Red Alliance. And then Horde decides to deploy down there to help Fire, and that's when we were like, okay, this is a good time for a Jeff deployment.
So Whelp Squad didn't deploy to
60 to 80 Horde members deployed down to
Well, dude, look, I'm a line member. I don't make the decisions around here. It ain't my fault. Mittens wanted Jeff
you
to
say
slap
line
the dicks
member,
on the table.
But you just said you were FCing. FCs
Yes,
aren't line
I'm
members.
a D tier FC. I'm not considered an actual decision maker.
Yeah, you're a Goon FC, like.
But you're not a line member.
So of course you're DT.
I've seen Mifune pings to like run frigate fleets. He's definitely an FC.
Mifune was defending like one of the structures we were shooting of theirs a few months ago. He's a notable fleet commander in the Imperium.
Yes, and yet the only doctrines I could take out are Jackdaws, Harpies, and Feroxes. Congratulations.
That's what
I'm
PL
a D tier
flies
FC.
do.
Yeah.
You'd be an
What's wrong
excellent
with
legionnaire.
Jackdaws?
That's what PL flies.
Dude,
I
I was
love
straight
Jackdaws.
FC and I still took our fucking Feroxes. Feroxes are the shit, dude.
What's
I
the
know.
threshold? Hold on. How many things do you need to be able to FC before you are an FC?
They consider them ops level FCs, and that's like hacks and Baltecs and all the fun stuff.
You know, those guys up in Venal did quite a lot of work with Feroxes, you know? Like, you're trying to... You're undermining yourself pretty badly there, dude. You can do a lot
Oh
of
no,
stuff
I
with
know I
Feroxes.
am. Wait, you know what's really, who's really funny? Did you see Casey's Ferox fight the other day?
We
did. You know what? You know what?
That
Yeah,
shit was
I
fucking
did.
hilarious.
You know what's even more hilarious than that is the fact that he PM'd me the night before to ask me if I wanted to bring an initiative fleet down there. Like, he got flare baited by my flare in a cesspool and thought I was in
Are we
the
talking about
initiative.
KCLP?
Yeah.
Your boy.
Oh god.
They lost the
Okay.
entire Ferox fleet to us last night. I choose to believe it was because he thought Darkshines was going to ride in through a wormhole to the rest.
No, so
Who does who does Casey fly with?
Brave.
Okay.
So
I think the jig was up before they went there because he PM'd me and said they weren't going to go, and then they
Nah,
did. But
There's a very good
it's still pretty
possibility it
funny.
wasn't.
What's really funny was that me and Casey are in another Discord for a YouTuber called Josh that does a bunch of like MMO stuff, and so he pings me like late last night after I'm coming home from work, and he's like, "Yo, I just fed a bunch of Feroxes and I don't give 2 fucks."
It's a good editor
I'm like,
take.
Oh man, I love Casey,
I'm like, what'd you do, man? And he links me the battle report. I'm like, oh, dude, come on. To me,
I mean,
he shot our spell. He
how
made
much the
defending us.
Feroxes cost, right? How much the Feroxes cost after insurance? It's
No,
like
I
40
know.
mil or something. I mean,
It's
he was
like
outnumbered
jack
like
shit.
2
Tell us
to 1.
more about
Look,
this,
no,
this
I don't.
invasion.
I didn't mean that. I'm not saying anything negative about Casey. He's just like a undefeatable ball of energy, right? Like just.
He's got the crackhead energy. Let's be honest. That's what it is.
As long as I've known him,
He's got
that's
some
the
wild
same
fucking
time.
bullshit. That he's like, "Fuck yeah, dude, let's go! I'm gonna fly my 7 billionist Kronos into 1DQ. I could go wrong." You're like, "Okay, Casey."
What's funny is that so Casey was in Aderon, and he, yeah, well, that's where he like kind of got started. So, but he was like just as like energetic then and knew absolutely nothing. So eventually, but he was like a really good recruiter, obvious, because he's talking to everyone all the time. He's a solid dude, but basically he would talk back a lot and he would run into problems with especially the guys from X Meta, the military leadership of the alliance. And finally it was like, you got to get rid of him. So I was like, fine, all right, whatever, fine. And so we kicked him out. And then like a week later, they brought him into their corp, and I was like, I'm on to you.
Little internal poaching that never happens in Drone Land.
You were talking like
Sorry.
nothing's coming through.
What?
I don't know. I can see his camera. It looks like he's trying to talk, but like nothing's coming on Discord.
Talking about Kurama?
Who?
I was pushing the wrong button this whole time. God damn it.
I like how
great.
his fursuit matches his shit.
There's a person.
Wait, is this one of those VTuber things?
Yeah, it's a VTuber.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
no,
not-
no,
I'm not
Mifune, I
showing
actually
the
look like
furry
this.
on stream, by the way. I'm not.
Like,
I'm not putting the furry
joke.
back on stream. Okay, is that all right with you?
Come on, man. Look, there is a furry currently streaming with over 500 views at the moment on Twitch, dude. Like, come on, you want them views? You gotta get Kurama up there.
I didn't know Shai was
That's
streaming.
true.
You know,
the
I-
VTubers, man.
A long ass.
Come on.
Embrace
Hey,
the VTuber.
A
Redline.
long ass time ago, before this whole VTuber thing was popular, there used to be a Diablo
God,
streamer.
VTubers.
No, yeah, there used to be a Diablo streamer that was he used face rig and he was a polar bear and he listened to 80s music while playing Diablo.
Hell yeah, dude. That sounds dope.
And that's where it started.
Anyways, what were you saying about? Said something about
Something. Oh, yeah. All right.
that people were
Fire.
invading fire,
Yes.
or
All right.
vice
So
versa. Fire was invading. What?
Well, no, Fire wasn't invading, but Fire was quote unquote doing a content deployment up to catch and kept hitting our shit. But they would attack our stuff and then we would form and not show up. And this kept happening. It's
Wait,
still
wait,
happening.
you say we. Who's we?
RC.
Okay.
And so I'm sitting here watching Feyth on fire and I kind of enjoy it.
I mean,
So good job, Goons.
Has Fire played anywhere? As far
Are you
as I
saying
am aware,
RC and
there's-
Goons are allied?
Fire lives in Innsmouth, and to my knowledge, they haven't even counter-deployed the Goom deployment in Feyth to just speak to like the level of care they have for that region.
Yeah. So why did the entire Goonswarm Alliance deploy to deal with the Bean Foreign Legion?
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Excuse
Hold
me.
up, wait.
Excuse
Hold
me,
up,
it is
hold up.
I mean,
expeditionary force.
It is
I
the
understand.
Redline, you have to say
Yeah.
entire
It is
Goonswarm
not-
Alliance plus
It is
pets.
not. No, it is not the entire Goonswarm
Okay.
Alliance.
So
right?
why did
And I
the
can
No.
prove
entire
that.
Goonswarm
Mitani's
Alliance
literally
plus
just
pets
just
deploy
screaming
to
all the
fight
time for
Bean Foreign Legion?
everybody.
No, it's not
Like,
Goonswarm,
No.
it's Geth.
So what Jeff is Jeff is a SIG
Friend.
that is
Who
open
is
to
Jeff?
any.
It's El Jefe.
It's El Jefe, yes. It is a SIG in Goonswarm that anybody in Goonswarm can join if you like PvP.
And
All
that
it
you
does is
copied
offer
from
constant
Death.
So that's like 15% of Goons have joined it then.
Mifune.
I mean, yeah, but
Correct.
you know, where's that meme where it's Will Smith where he's like, you know, I stole the car, but it's not because I'm black, right? Like that whole joke from like that stupid third movie. It's kind of like that. Like, yeah,
No, there's
a lot of
one Will
goons are in the SIG. No,
I
no,
really hope
it's
that
like a
was
lot of
funny.
goons are in the SIG, but
I don't remember this at all. What?
There's only one.
It's in
Will
the
Smith
third
meme
Men in
now.
Black.
it's in the third
Sorry.
Men in Black movie. He steals a
Oh.
car
He
back in
stole
the
a car and gets
50s.
pulled over by cops in the 60s.
Lord.
And they're like,
Oh yeah,
he's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's not like, why you think it's just because I'm black that I stole this car, or that this car might be stolen, even though he did actually steal a car.
I'm struggling to see the relevance to Feyth Avalos here.
So
I don't
No,
see it
the
either, but
relevance-
there's the context.
So
The
my
re-
impression
the,
as
the
someone
context is that goons,
Fire
that a
is
lot
mostly
of
a Russian
goons,
coalition, right?
a lot
Yeah.
of goons are inside of Jeff, but just
Yeah.
because a lot of goons are in Jeff does not mean it's a whole ass alliance.
Alright,
Okay,
define
so
it.
all of
let's-
Imperium deployed to fight fire.
Let's take a moment to list off the entities that are deployed to fight in Feyth Abolis.
Why is
From
everyone
Goonswarm,
calling
we
it
have-
Jeff? It's obviously Geth.
It is Goonswarm Expeditionary Force. We have
It's Jeff.
We have the entirety of the initiative, including both their capitals and super capitals fleet. We have Dracarys. We have Red Menace Coalition, and we have Wrecking Crew also assisting them on specific timers.
Well,
RC's not
RMC and
assisting. What?
Dracarys aren't deployed, right? They just live close by.
Dracarys is deployed.
Dude,
Dracarys
RC's
has
not
been
helping.
deployed.
Dude, RC hasn't come down in like.
Yes, they fucking
however.
have.
RC showed up here
Let's
for
talk about what you guys have.
Just
I'm
wait
sorry.
and-
Can you give me a battle report
Wait a
where
second.
RC is actually there in like
Yeah.
a
Okay,
solid
give me a moment.
force?
JTAC T4 is our
Like,
onlining this past
'cause,
weekend. They showed him Jackdaws.
I'm
Rama
sorry,
literally
that's
said
TR.
himself earlier, right?
TR is
Rama
Red
literally
Goons,
said
dude.
himself, all they do is
T-
form up and then not turn up.
So my question-
TR is Red Dragoons, so I don't know what the fuck you're
All
talking
right,
about
so
us
we
being
showed
aligned
up.
with
We
RC.
showed up to Horon kills. So
you showed up to the timer, and
So,
we're not
wait,
shot
we're-
by the goons.
we're
apparently.
allied with goons. I
You
don't.
showed up and only shot the people who were shooting goons.
You dropped an Astra House yesterday, and both Init and goons formed to defend it.
But you're not goon
But
pets. You're not
we
goon
didn't
pets.
but did we ask them? Because I'm pretty sure we didn't ask
I
them. They
don't
just showed up.
know.
No.
So if someone shows up,
people would ask them.
Crum, it's
I don't
hard to
know.
not say you're a pet when you're literally a fox right now.
I think
That's the point.
it's entirely unfair to say that
God has
RC
a
is like a
point.
goon pet, right? It's not fair to say that RC is a goon pet. They're more akin to like the stray dog that they just leave some food out for every now and then.
I quit.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear through all that shit internet lag.
There was no internet lag at all. What the hell are you talking about?
I don't
This
know,
is
but he
dog.
sounded robotic when he was talking.
You sounded
Not
fine.
at all.
You sound
You need to fix your
robotic,
internet.
Mifune.
So what I want to know is like, what do goons think they're gonna get out of this deployment aside from like 4 or
It's
5
all
Forza
fun.
friends?
Fun.
What is fun
Activity.
about
No, what fun?
uncontested
So
battle?
I thought
you've
Tess
literally
was
done more
next.
capital moves than we put people in fleet with our SIG. Like, what kind of fights do you think you're gonna get from us? Is what I want to know.
Ash, have you
Maybe they
seen
just
Test
want to burn
numbers?
some shit down.
We're winning on that
fucking
front.
matter.
They
You
still need
can't fight the
more,
next week. What does it say about you?
Well, they want
Johnny,
to they want to burn down the
going-
5
Golden
Fortizars
Fleet
that are in the
kills,
entire
so they
region.
can
go
reverse
next.
engineer it, dude. That's what they're doing. They need more Golden Fleet kills so they can reverse engineer it.
It's pretty obvious they're not looking for fights, right? They wouldn't have moved like fucking that how many hundreds of caps and supers
So-
and shit if they were looking for fights, you know?
I searched the word "move" in our Imperium ping
I'm
channel.
sorry, is the
20,000 results.
is it just
20,000.
salt I'm hearing because we slapped our dick on the table? I mean,
No, we don't give a shit. You're just wasting your time.
I mean, not really. I mean, did you see we cleaned out tribute and didn't give a fuck about it?
Okay.
Yeah, it took
Uh-huh.
you
We're
guys a
gonna
month, and
clear-
you were so burned out you had to blame NPCs for the reason you left.
No,
Which-
the
which-
reason we left
Mifune,
was
Mifune,
because the
which
1DQ Keepstar, the
because you were
1DQ
burned out.
Keepstar was refed by fucking drifters.
That's definitely why we're leaving.
I mean,
Mifune,
you know how many times the
which other
drifters actually
successful
showed up
deployments have you
to on a
done?
reinforcement timer? 0.
Mifune, which other successful deployments have the Imperium done in the last 8 years that weren't tribute?
Why are we mad that Imperium decided to deploy it to go shoot and kill stuff? I thought that was part of the
We're
game.
not, but I would like Mifune to answer the
No,
question.
What?
It was
Why are you
fun
asking Mifune
deployment
a question?
until-
He doesn't
I don't know
anything.
why you're
started
asking a
raging
20
If he doesn't
Team
know, then he
goon.
should shut the fuck up when we're all talking
I've
about
heard
shit.
this line like a lot recently, like, oh yeah, like, you know, goons can project their force anywhere they want, and they use tribute as an example of it. What other like offensive deployments have goons done where they were successful in the last 7 or 8 years? Like, which? Just name a couple off the top of your head.
You're blind.
So my
Maybe.
question too is, why are
There ain't
goons
many.
going for fire? Like, Fire basically wasn't involved in the war in Delve at all. Anyone who looks at the big BRs can see that. Like, why not go for Test or for Horde or for PL or for NC or for FRT?
Oh, because let's see. If we go for Test, what is it going to turn into? Oh, a war
An
on two
actual
fronts.
fight?
No,
Actual fight?
shut the fuck up.
What do you
It's the
mean
second
two
front.
fronts?
Oh my
There's
god.
one region. It's just outer passage, dude.
Yeah,
Just camp
yeah.
about
I mean,
and you're gonna
Fire's-
tell me Horde isn't gonna move their entire
Oh no, you'll have someone
I
to
was gonna
fight.
that the answer was going to become that you're scared.
I mean, you're literally asking the Imperium to
Oh my
walk
God.
into a
Fire's
fucking
also
suicide
closer, too.
booth. I mean,
That's what Happy did to the Imperium. Stand the fuck up and back up your words, or shut
You
the
guys
fuck up.
had like triple the numbers though doing
Shut
that.
the
I don't
Who
want to
gives
hear
a
it.
fuck?
like,
Who gives
a fuck?
Imperium,
You clearly.
Imperium can hyper dunk on Tess. What? Tesla's less than 10,000 members, so shut the fuck up and get out there.
All right, let me
40,000
ask
to
you this.
Less than
10,000 over
9,000,
YouTube.
thank you
Rain,
very
let me
much.
ask you this. Rain, let me ask you this. Sandrine, can I get your word that if we deploy to Outer Passage, Pandemic Horde will not get involved
would
in
I
any
ever-
way,
Sandrin
shape, or
doesn't
form?
speak for Pandemic Horde. It doesn't take 2 brain cells to
Wait,
figure that out.
hold up.
Is
Will
the
Pandemic
Test
Horde interfere in any
military
way,
leader?
shape, or
No,
form?
we promise they
None
won't.
of us can speak for Pandemic
Solemnly
Horde. I don't know how
swear
to
they
say that.
won't.
Johnny can kind of
Oh, yeah,
record first. of all.
Super's going to tell if that happens.
Like, Mifune, I don't know why you're so terrified of getting a fight, but like,
I'm not.
this is
Look,
why
look,
everyone
look,
makes
look.
fun of
No.
Bro, he can't play more
He's
than
always
8
allowed to
No.
have his
dude.
jackdaws, dude.
He's not headliner. He can't actually use jackdaws properly.
That is fair. But
You guys gotta
here's
calm
the thing.
down
Here's the thing.
with
It's
the-
so
with the
dumb that you're
crosstalk.
literally asking goons to walk into a fucking suicide
asking
booth
you to
and
play
thinking
the
we're
game.
That's what we
dumb
all
enough.
done, bud. Like, come
question
on,
is-
suck
All right,
up.
we got balls, but I'll tell you what, we're not
You
dumb
can't
enough to
take
walk
balls
into
if
a
you're not gonna
suicide
punch
booth.
up, dude.
You're attacking the
are
most
punching up.
vulnerable entity that
Dude,
wasn't
we
even
are
involved
punching up.
in
We
the
spent
war.
600
know how to
bill
get-
in dreads this week.
Where?
If that's not
It's not
balls,
punching
You,
up.
so you dropped on us because you thought I had like 20 dreads when I had 80 really because we log off trapped you with half of them.
I mean, it's really funny that the Horde ping was literally like test feed or fucking goons feed 600 bill worth of dreads, and you guys call that a dumb decision? Like,
Okay,
yeah,
so you think that was
we-
not a dumb decision?
Who
Yeah,
was the
but
one?
it
Who was
was
the
the
one
entire
Hold on.
400
Wait,
bill of
guys,
dreads?
chill.
at least we had the
No
balls to
one-
do it. God damn.
No one can hear what you're saying when you all say it at the same
Caroline,
fucking
shut
time.
up, dude.
Hang on.
trying
Let
to
me get this straight. Let me get this straight real quick, right? So jumping loads of caps into a place where they all died was not a dumb decision in that particular system, right?
No,
That's what
it
you're trying to
was
tell
a
me.
dumb decision, but guess what? We did it because we had the balls to do it.
I mean,
But it's
Mifune,
okay
they're
because
the
you had the balls to
originators
do
of
it, right? But M2, we're stupid for doing it, you know. But when you do it, it's because you've got the balls to do it.
No. The reason M2 was stupid was because you guys did it. It's how you fucking did it. You don't jump 900 people
It
through
sounds
one
like
fucking
fucking
Sino character.
backpedaling, honestly.
This sounds a lot like, oh no, when we
you
lose, it's
fell for
because
that
we're
really
brave,
good.
and when you lose, it's because you're stupid, right? Which is just dumb as fuck.
And let me ask you. How many Sinos did you have on grid for M2 when you jumped all those Titans through? How many?
Six.
Multiple
How many?
sinos,
What, me
multiple
personally,
sinos
or
for
like
each.
everyone in
Multiple
total?
sinos for each. Multiple sinos for each fleet. So do 3
Are
sinos
you
for each
sure?
fleet. Yes, 100%.
Are you sure about that?
Yes,
because
I'm-
we can
I was
go
at least
back.
Considering
two of
I
them,
was
bud.
2 of them, yeah.
Yeah.
We could go back and watch the VOD and watch 200 Titans go
Yes,
through the
because
same
you don't
fucking
light-
Sino
you
on the
don't
north
light-
side of the
you
fucking
don't light-
Keemstar.
You don't light multiple sinos when you're trying to get ships into one area. I
This
really
is why you
am, like,
only
stupid at
FC
taps,
jackdaws.
but like this is very obvious. You do not light multiple sinos when you're trying to jump your Titans into one area. You have multiple sinos as backup in case your one ship dies.
Well, that's no shit in case the one ship dies. But
Then
here's
what
the
the
thing:
fuck are you asking me stupid fucking questions?
because why did Villy tell 1,000 people to jump their shit at the same
It was-
exact
it
fucking
Why are we
time?
rehashing
more than
M2 again like a
1,000,
year
and he
later?
goes, "Hey guys, let's all start jumping." And also, it wasn't his decision, but the fact that there's tie-dye and it takes multiple times. No, this is really fucking obvious, and I'm tired of people playing stupid fucking dumb games when they don't understand basic mechanics of moving a Titan fleet. Like, I am stupid at this fucking game. I played for 8 years and I'm still fucking stupid. And I know you want to jump all your Titans in at the same time. And when someone makes the call
No,
and there's
you
10%
gate them in
time,
one by
you
one.
literally cannot wait 10 full fucking minutes to be like, okay, PL, your turn. Okay, Horde, your turn. Okay, Brave, your turn. No, you don't do
You
that
know
shit.
that's exactly what Goons did, right? We went
No,
Armor
you guys were
Titans. It's
in.
your turn.
You guys were in early. Like what?
Yeah,
How
but
early?
even 4
No,
hours
no.
early.
Yeah, but
And you
4
were
Mifune,
hours
wait.
still
early.
all there at the
Hold
same
on.
time.
Wait a
You
second.
were still there at the same time, and you only had 2 fucking fleets, dude.
When
Stop.
we're talking about moving Titan
Mifune.
fleets, all right. You want to know how Goons move a Titan fleet? We
Sir.
go Armor Titans and Supers, jump.
Sir,
5 minutes
that is
later,
how you
Shield
guys move a
Supers and
Titan
Titans,
fleet?
jump.
Moving
Like,
a
it is
fleet
not
is not
that
Shut-
jumping them into battle.
Okay,
Moving
listen,
them
be
is
quiet,
not
be
jumping
quiet,
them
be
into
quiet,
battle.
be
any of
quiet,
this
be quiet, be
relevant?
quiet.
Fuck, oh my
Be
god,
quiet.
dude.
Hold
I
on.
literally can't talk to
I
dipshits.
can't fucking
I
hear
know.
a thing.
I have to say this, okay?
I'm really
Mifune.
interested in
Carmen, shut the fuck up! Jesus Christ! You fucking idiots! No one can fucking talk! No one can hear you because you're all talking over each other! Stop it!
Red Light, it's not worth hearing.
Tuesday.
They're all fucking stupid ass
Okay,
dumb
listen,
shit comments. That's not worth
Mifune.
listening to.
Mifune, so what you just said about moving the Titans and Supers like that, that's what you do when you're moving them into a non-combat area, okay? When you are moving your Titans and Supers into a combat area, you just don't.
Like, there's 3 Super Calf FCs, like genuine, actual Super Calf FCs in this channel, Mifune. I don't know why you think you're the most experienced one.
Mifune, how many Super or Titan fleets have you seen in combat?
None.
So I've
That's
FC'd more
what I
Super
thought.
Fleets than you.
Johnny,
Yeah.
Johnny, like, how many
You're
Super Calf
talking to a
FCs
D
like,
tier
have you
FC here,
FC'd?
like
1 or 2.
I mean, you seem pretty interested in schooling us on how it should be done, though. So I thought you might actually have some credentials to back up your knowledge.
Why would you think that, Carmen? That was your mistake.
To be
You just need to
fair,
be able
though,
to think, and I've already done that.
Well, I
that's
obviously
all.
didn't think that. I'm pointing out.
to be
out
fair,
he has no
Pappy could have
experience or
also
credentials to
jumped
point
in
stuff out.
earlier as well.
Could we
So
please move on from the
is
M2
a
topic?
John
It's been
Yes.
beaten to death for the past year.
Anyway,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
J6E
agree.
was a
Absolutely.
big bulb from Goons.
Yes, that was
I mean,
a big
that's-
battle report. A
I
big
mean,
one.
that's what's supposed to happen, though. Like,
I mean,
we always do it at least once, no matter in any deployment or any
On any
tournament.
deployment, you feed more than
Yeah.
the entire infrastructure of the region in one fight? Nice.
Yes.
Exclamation
Yes, we
point
do.
smoke.
but it's
in
not
the
a
chat.
deployment.
I
It's
mean-
just a sig.
I mean, yeah, it's for fun. Like,
It's
I
for
believe
fun.
you'll
That's
find
why
it's
in it lives
special-
Super
I
Cat.
too
It's a
also
special
like to
military
stick my
operation.
dick in
So
a wood chipper
for-
for fun.
So
we
for
don't want
anyone,
to keep it. We're not going to do anything with it. We're literally there.
I thought you were there
for
to
fun.
defend RMC. That was the line from the start. What happened
Yeah.
to that?
Hold
Yeah,
on, we do have a question.
We're
We have
keeping
a-
them out of Esoteria, so we're fighting over there to keep them out of
Okay, so who's
Esoteria.
going to hold Feyth Abolis after you leave?
Who cares? Whoever wants
So
to.
you're not defending them. You're invading fire. You're fucking with
Yeah,
fire, not
and
defending.
then once we're done, we'll go home, and whoever takes it after, XIX could move right back in and drop everything back down, and we'd be like, whatever. That's what we did in Tribute. That's what we
So
did
you're
now.
honestly trying to glass a region that's got all of about 4 Fortizars in it, and that's like something you think's a good use of your time.
Of
What
course
else
it
are we
is.
supposed
What
to
do
do
you
right
mean?
now?
Attack test.
We were talking about
Why?
attacking test, yeah.
Why?
Yeah, I
Test
thought
is
Test
already
was
we
next.
attack a
Test is
dead
next.
Test is
alliance, man.
setting member corps left and right. Like, we don't have to do anything with that.
We don't
But
have to
don't-
destroy
You
it.
guys-
serious
Just
serious
destroy
question.
yourselves.
You guys are
if-
begging us to come up and attack you so you can try to hold together because you have nothing else happening over there.
So
You are
serious
literally
I'm
question.
not
rotting.
asking you to attack me right now. I'm
You
the
are
only test member
literally
here.
rotting away because you are too afraid to come back over towards us. You get
So it's
20
nothing to
people
do
in
with
fleet
holding you
if
to
you're
your
lucky.
word of what you said then.
So
Look,
seriously,
hey,
like,
hey, Carmen, you want to know how test is
Let
right now?
Strike
When
it
fucking
talk!
infinite,
Fuck!
when infinite point fucking left. That's when
Don't-
test is
don't
next,
scream
bitch.
on my stream.
Why are you?
Bro,
why
shut
you
up.
You're shit talking test to people that aren't in test. Like, come on, I'm right here. I'm still in test.
Are you sure about that?
You're like,
Probably the only
Carmen's not
person.
in test. We've been through this. He's not in it. He's not in test.
Wait,
Come
hold
on,
up. You
bro.
can't tell people I'm not in it, man. Fuck me. Casey's probably watching.
so
Casey doesn't watch
if it
the
doesn't, if goons are wasting their time by attacking Feyth Abolis, then why does it matter that they're attacking Feyth Abolis, and why are people angry?
I
That's
was
my
I was
question.
just curious as to why they were attacking, and then it got derailed. So
So the reason that
The problem is you guys don't want to accept the answer of we're just there
No, that wasn't.
for
That wasn't,
fun.
that wasn't
even
even
the
You're
question.
refusing to accept that answer. Just
You
because
need
you don't
to-
like the
you need
answer
to
doesn't
let
mean
the
it's not a
official
real
line go.
answer.
It's not the official line, Dawn. Did you not read the script?
what's the official
Hold
line?
on, let me check my script here. Oh, we're there to help Red Menace keep keep fire out of Esoteria, as well as to keep goons interested, because when nothing happens in the game, people quit and go play other games. So it's a twofold thing of
really
it's for
fucking
fun.
obvious, Tom. Like when in its deployment went home, the Horde Sig BFL and XX were just bullying the fuck out of RMC in their home regions, right?
Yeah,
And
because they're
obviously
like
Goons were like,
itty
you know what, we
bitty.
don't really like that, so we're gonna fuck with you. Like that's what happened. I don't know why you have to embellish it with some other reasons, right? That's what happened. You guys didn't like the fact that
You're
RMC was getting
picking on a
bullied, and you went to go and bully
toddler
them
that's
back.
like the size of a peanut.
I mean, we formed 30-man fleets, dude. Like, and they have the home defense advantage of keep stars and capitals. We never brought capitals in Esoteria, only subcap fleets. And we're flying weird stuff like vultures and eoses and paladins.
Listen, not everyone's good at this game, okay? Sometimes you have to, sometimes you're really good and can handle small fleets. Sometimes you just need numbers to make up for your inadequacies.
Sometimes you just have to deploy the whole damn alliance.
Some people have to be bigger.
So is it
sometimes
content or not then, Dawn? Because it's
of course
it's
it's
content.
content.
Content at first, and now you're kind of not.
Okay, for goons, for me, a normal line member, it's for fun. I join fleets occasionally, have a good time, help out my bros when they need it, but I don't care what happens
Is the uncontested bastion
or
that
anything else
fun?
about there.
Is that engaging?
I don't go on those because I'm playing dinosaurs.
So you don't go on the fleets then?
I do. I was
But
leading.
they're all
lodging.
contested bastions, don't they? I don't know.
No, they're
Shooting
not.
structures is not fun, and I feel like I can speak to that as like on a
So the
fun
strange,
subject.
Can confirm.
the strange thing to me is
for
like
the fort anchoring fights which I really wanted to have a good fight because it was fun for me, logi wise.
So if Init hadn't moved supers, I would have dread bombed you. We could have had an enormous capital brawl. Just for reference. But when you move supers to a region where the enemy doesn't have supers, you basically stifle all capital content in the game.
Why don't you bring your supers then?
Because we're a 30-man SIG. It's not an alliance deployment. You can't fight the entire Imperium super fleet.
Then bring it. Like clearly we have ours over there, or some of ours over there. So why don't you bring some of yours?
You're missing. You're missing the
We
point,
already
Don.
brought
They
it. Why
don't
are you
want to.
We already brought part of it halfway
Don't
there.
want to fight over the sandcastle. They just want to kick it down and say that they did.
We do want fights.
You
I
don't
love
want
fights.
fights.
Oh, no, you obviously don't.
I have plans because like I can just sit there and as the logi on one fleet trying to rep and save people and other fleets getting shot. And it's just a lot of fun trying to figure out who's
Hey,
behind
Redline.
them.
Yes.
You're going robot, Dawn.
But why is my camera not up on stream?
You know
the
why.
heck?
You know
you
why
said-
it's
you
not
said
up on
cam
stream.
stream. I
Yeah,
made
and then
cam
I
stream.
disabled your video.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
toxic.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, Don was robot-y.
I mean, my big
but
question
Don
here, right,
was
is, like-
Don was saying, "Don't stop, shut up for like 2 seconds." Don was saying,
I was talking first.
"No, you weren't." I was saying what Don was saying. What you mean? Anyways, Don was saying that they're just there. They're there for some content, and they brought their supers so that you would bring your supers and come and play. So why don't you go feed your supers to them so that
We
they
already
can?
did that once. Well, kind of
It's true. Twice, even twice.
No, the first one was actually a pretty fair fight.
Yeah, you still lost
By how much?
Look,
you tell me. Do you know?
by 4 Titans actually.
Do you know how much by percent that is? It's not very fucking much.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a lot at all. But still,
See,
loser.
Like the thing is, before Goons decided to fully deploy, and I don't give a shit if you just sit there and go, it's just a SIG. When you literally have Matani screaming at people, the entire main horde to join a SIG, it is no longer a SIG. It's fucking.
I mean,
Goon.
it is a SIG.
So let me
People-
shut the fuck up and let me finish.
No.
So when
I
we
would
were
like
having
to
good
announce that
fights,
I'm
we were
contesting
having
for SIG.
equal fights. Like you can ask Johnny, a lot of the numbers were equal. Sometimes we'd have 10 or more. Sometimes Goon would have 10 or more. It was fun. But you guys were losing the fights. And so suddenly you start bringing every fucking body in to the region to fight. It's no longer looking for content. You had content. Now that you bring in your supers and your titans and shit, you're sitting there, you're going, it's like bringing a knife to a fist fight. We're not going up against it.
No. So the thing is that yes, Matani does scream at everyone to join Jeff because every fireside, Matani screams at people to join SIGs and squads and do their F2 and all this other shit that they tell the Goon people. right? They tell them to join SIGs and squads for content and fun. People don't have to join Jeff. I'm sure with one ping, I could probably find out how many people we actually have in Jeff, and I'm telling you right now, it's not the entire fucking alliance. It may be a lot of people. It may be. It may be a lot of people.
Right,
may not be a
Mafune,
lot
shut
of
up.
people.
It's less than there is in Whelp Squad. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
But,
Fuck Davis here. At least
Redline,
however,
you should let Mifune talk, Redline. You need to stop interrupting him.
however, it
If you
is
just
still
let
just a
Mifune talk, it's
SIG,
like 80% of the show.
and I would
Oh
like
my
to
God,
say
did you see
there are
CC signals?
no Goon Swarm Supers present in Feyth.
I can post kill miles that say otherwise.
I'm
There
so
are
happy
Goon Swarm
right
Supers
now.
in Feyth.
There may be, but they may just be random members. Officially, there are no Goon Swarm Supers in Feyth.
Yeah, but the whole super fleet's there.
I will.
I do not control Dark Shines. If you've ever tried to control him, I mean, good luck.
I'd like to announce that I'm turning the entirety of Test into a SIG, by the way.
Pretty much
That's not really my
already a
choice,
SIG
though.
It's
anyway.
essentially what it is. Let's
Yeah.
be honest. My
So how
co-op
was
can
Lego
pull
Star
more
Wars,
super
Dave?
caps than Test can. It was actually quite fun. It's fucking hilarious. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, it's really fun.
They're usually good games, the Lego games.
Well, this one's actually got voice actors in it, so it's actually hilarious because it's got voice in it.
Oh, well, what was it? The one that had
know-
like GLaDOS talking to the AI from a Space Odyssey.
Portal.
That was pretty good. Yeah, no, but it was like a Lego game.
You know, people always say that you never see me and Dave Archer in the same room. Look, we're in the same room right now.
Okay, Ultra.
What?
I mean, there's some good.
Did you just call
soundboarding skills
me
there, Dave.
alt? You just called me the alt in this relationship,
Then he said,
Mr.
"Okay, I'll shut up."
Lego Star Wars.
Just because I want to play a game that takes me back to my childhood. I mean,
That's actually pretty wholesome. Not gonna lie, I can't fault you for that. I've been
Jurassic
playing
Park Lego game was
Diablo.
pretty great, too.
Lego Universe was on sale.
I thought
Lego
about buying the
Universe.
Skywalker Saga, but I haven't
you should. It's fucking
settled.
amazing.
I don't want to fork up the cash right now, man.
Why don't you form a
Proteus
fleet about it,
buffs.
huh?
Well, if you want to make some plaques, just sell me your Discord key or whatever the fuck you do for ping relays.
Jesus.
Looking
can't
pretty
just set
campy
up
currently.
I'm gonna go with the.
Test's going rate is 12 bill for that. So
No. If he's gonna ask me, I'm going with the J Amazingness rate of 250 bill a month.
With CCP Signal here, did you guys read the patch note, the technical note about jump harmonics?
No.
No.
So this whole like Rockwall change, it used to be that they had jump harmonics that controlled whether or not you could jump to a specific Sino. But I believe it was CCP Signal was one of the people that was working on it. They've now decoupled that completely. So now they have a different system that controls who can jump with what. So they no longer have the same restrictions. So like right now, industrial Sinos, Black Ops can jump to an industrial Sino. They couldn't do it a different way before because Black Ops had the lowest number, and so it could jump to everything in order for nothing else to be able to jump to a Black Ops Sino. So because basically if the harmonization number was below the jump drive's harmonization, then you couldn't jump to it, right? So Black Ops had like a -10 number. Everything had to be above it, so that way nothing could jump to a Black Ops. So, but now they've changed it, so now they can custom build who can jump with what, which is why the Rockwall can only jump with industrial ships. Now the question is, with that being done, are they going to make retroactive changes? Are they going to change other things? Are they going to introduce new kinds of jumps that have different kinds of restrictions?
It's quite encouraging, I think, to hear that CCP have upgraded the way that their gameplay logic code works from the 1970s thinking. But the real question here is like, what's the game design intention here? Like, what do they want to do with it?
Well, like they just did, the Rockwall bridging can only do it with mining ships and porpoise and such. So that profile would be wouldn't fit on the line, on a number line, because Black Ops would be able to jump with it. So it just allows them to. What gets me nervous is that like the industrial Sino has Black Ops being able to jump to it, but I actually consider that a really good mechanic because otherwise industrial Sinos are just kind of super vulnerable, and so the idea that like occasionally you can go after an industrial Sino and a freaking shark comes through is kind of funny. And I would have not liked it if they, didn't have that limitation and therefore didn't have that feature. But we'll just have to see what they might decide for different kinds of portals moving forward.
I mean, there's two parts to this, right? And like the most interesting part for the players is, what is the game design wanting to be, and what do they want to do with it? And it sounds good that they're not constricted or constrained by what the gameplay code was doing, right? It didn't allow them to do.
Yeah.
But to kind of pass this off as some kind of like new exciting feature is absolutely laughable, right? Like,
no, that's why it was listed
to,
on
to make this
technical.
work as they want it to is like it's not difficult at all. It's like absolute barrier to entry of being any kind of competent game programmer in games at all, right?
Well, given the way that Sinos worked originally, harmonization made total sense. And it's just now they've changed what Sinos are mechanically, both like in the lore too. Like the idea is that like it is a track. Like covert Sinos are just a more difficult to latch onto Sino than a normal Sino. Therefore, anything that could jump to a covert Sino would be able to jump to a normal Sino. That just makes sense. But the game design has changed. Like a good example of something that I was thinking about is like, what if they had a battleship that could jump frigates and destroyers only?
That'd be fun.
Or what if you had racially aligned ones where you could only like a battleship that could only jump other Galente battleship that could only jump other Galente battleships or whatever. Like you can do all kinds of things. But
we're going to get Abaddons with DDs like the 2009 video.
Well, that was a very special Abaddon.
Yeah, but I also feel like if you want to do something like that, just the idea of having a ship that only jumps certain races of ships, like why would, in what case would you use that?
I kind of agree with you on that. It seems like it would make it unnecessarily complicated for little game. But I am trying to sit here thinking
the question
about
was what could you do, and I was just brainstorming.
Yeah, that's
off
what
the
I was
top of my
thinking
head
about.
of flexibility.
I can't think about anything else. Like, what would you even like practical? That's nothing that's like a exclusive thing or anything. What could you actually do?
Ashtarothi, if you're gonna have this much airtime, right, you need to shit talk someone. It's Trash Talk Tuesday, dude.
I did shit talk people earlier. I was
Actually,
totally
technically,
ganging up on the
it's
Goons
crosstalk.
not being too scared to fight test thing.
You think they are?
Well, they said that they didn't want to go in because they're afraid of being attacked on two fronts, right?
Yeah.
No,
just
that's
saying.
Mifune.
Scared of test.
No, we're not
Apparently
scared
you are.
of test.
I
Nobody
mean,
is scared of
have
anybody.
at it.
My
That's
fucking corp
bullshit.
can form more than Sander and
All right,
good for me
come on
shitty
then.
alliance.
Come on then. Off you
Insert
pop.
Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Oh
guys wanna
shit!
take
Here
it
we
outside?
go again.
Attacking a
Jiff
Russian
here.
alliance and attack test.
Come on,
Like
Dave.
literally, you look back a year ago and Test
okay.
was
Come on,
forming two
Dave.
fleets. Now they're forming like what 50 dudes.
Come
Half
on, Dave.
of them are
So-
Sandrin's fucking
Appreciate
elves.
you guys giving me my 5-minute diversion.
So you say that, like, okay, yes, technically XIX is a Russian alliance, but they also have a pretty strong USTZ and EUTZ.
What do you mean technically XIX is a Russian alliance?
They're entirely Russian.
They've been like predominantly a Russian alliance for like what,
okay, then
better
that's
part of
correct.
a decade or more?
Then
They
saying
have
that
made
technically
inroads in
they
trying to
are a
like
Russian
open out
alliance
to other
is
groups,
correct.
but they like the core is Russian.
Yeah, so I was right. Technically, they're Russian.
No, they are. There's no technically.
There's no technically. They are Russians.
Just like saying
It's crazy.
just like
I mean, I guess that
crap,
is
I don't know any
factually
other
correct,
things.
but it like is a touch misleading
Exactly.
on the framing of it.
Yeah, but it's the same as Draconis is technically Chinese, but they have people that can form in every time zone.
So Dave,
Yeah,
if it is so easy to destroy test and how your
I don't
single
want to destroy Tess. I don't want to destroy any group. I'm just saying that it's a shadow of its former self. And I do feel bad for you for being lumped with Villy and PGR's fuck up to fix.
Oh, you think Sandrin got lumped with it, do you?
Wow, you know.
Hmm.
He's the only one you ever see.
Oof. Big oof.
Because I shit posted Discord too much.
I
Yeah,
don't
so
actually
if
look
he
in this
didn't-
Discord half the time.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
right. Big
The only
big
time
man doesn't
I-
read the
The
cesspool.
only
Oh
time I
yeah.
actually read this Discord is when Altuari or someone tells me that something's going on.
Where is Alterari? I love that guy.
He is probably about something.
I don't know. I pinged him earlier today because
He's
my
probably
dad,
with his kid.
My
No, he's
dad
not.
made a really bad dad joke in the car today, and I had to ping Alterari about it because it's worse than Alterari's dad jokes.
Not a single thing is worse than that.
No,
Dear Lord, he's bred too.
All right,
Didn't you
Redline.
guys,
I don't think Redline. I
participate
don't
in
think
our
you've
place?
heard Elrock's dad jokes because they're pretty bad.
I did indeed participate in r/place, and I'm waiting to figure out. I have a screenshot of the entire canvas before it got like deleted, and I'm hoping to find a place where I can take the image, slap it on a poster, and then put it in my room.
Yeah, well, they've got
that's
like
not the
really
move.
good high-res versions on the Our Place subreddit now.
Do they? So that
There's an
I can
8K
like find a
version there,
place
yeah.
to slap it on.
Yeah, but that'll be copyright infringement because that thing's definitely going to be an NFT.
Even if it was, it wouldn't be copyright infringement. You're trying to trigger me, aren't you?
I might be. It does
That's fine,
make
you
the
should
show
move
more
Alterari.
entertaining. I can do that once he changes his name to Alterari instead of Captains. Captains of what the fuck is this name? What the fuck was that?
Were you not following in the chat like when that happened?
Captains of
I don't think he was
Crush?
following. It was great.
Captains of Crush King Kong set? What the fuck
Right,
is that?
someone else is gonna have to explain it to me because I thought it was way too fucking funny.
Nice.
Oh, he's here! He's fucking here!
Yeah, what's up?
Alterari, you need to explain your name.
Explain.
What do you mean to what's there to
Why-
explain? We were
why are
talking
you
about grip
captain
strength
of
because I was
Crunch?
gripping onto coattails, and
Oh.
Okay.
Our friend Carmelo Jello here decided to Google grip strengtheners, and that was the first one that popped up.
It was Feyth, dude. Feyth.
Absolute fate. So I hear I've been
Yes.
summoned.
Yeah, apparently.
Oh, hey, Alterari, random question, but I've got like a bunch of spare big wave at my house. Do you want it?
Big wave. What's that?
It's
pretty
good
It's that beer that Mert's addicted
Yeah.
to.
Actually, this is perfect because I'm going to Country Thunder this weekend, and I just loaded up 10 cases of beer and a shit ton of liquor in my car. Yes, I do want it.
Okay.
I'll hit you
Oh
up.
god,
Oh
now
my good
fucking
God,
Mike
fucking
Flood's
Tom
coming as
Flood's here.
well.
Oh god.
All right.
No. I was summoned. He can stay up there for a minute. It's my spotlight.
Yeah,
okay?
that is true. It is Alterari's.
When I came in here,
No, this is my spotlight. Don't drag him in
When
here.
I came in here, Mifune was just non-stop.
Oh, we're doing
Okay.
cameras too?
Tell him to shut up.
Yeah, we're doing cameras too,
That's
bro.
pretty much what
okay.
happened
You
the whole
actually-
time before you were.
Oh, Alterari,
Hello.
did you hear that that Spicy's now streaming, so you can basically make fun of him anytime you want?
Oh god, we got Mike on.
Sure.
Are
Oh,
we
look,
going
it's a
through the
ginger.
phase?
Oh,
Are
fuck
we going through
yourself.
the phase
God,
where all the
it's a
FCs
ginger.
try to FC again? Or
Mike,
try to stream again?
have you skipped leg day again?
Whoa, holy shit.
Yeah, we're at that phase again, Rain.
Look at everybody who showed up.
Mike, what have you done to your microphone? Like, holy
Yeah, but there's
shit.
only one person here that looks hot. Who's the furry?
Read the
That's
name.
Riker.
There is
the
no
person you've been
furry.
talking
A
to?
wrecking crew representative.
We don't
Jesus
acknowledge
Christ.
him.
Did you guys
I
know
know
that I'm the
that better.
CEO of Bcro now?
For real,
let you
dude?
be a CEO of something?
Oh god,
I'm the CEO of Bcro. Rush handed it off to me.
So is Bcro now a Goon Swarm Corp?
They're joining Goons. They just don't
okay.
know it yet.
I thought they were rejoining Brave like Hell did.
How unfortunate for him.
I just can't take Mike seriously while I can see him. I just,
Why? Why is
I
that
just
me,
can't do
dude?
it.
Alright, so what's the sauce? Why was I
You're-
summoned here?
You're still a little
I don't
child.
know.
I don't know. They were
Why was
saying,
I summoned
aren't
here?
you
What is
here?
the sauce? What are we talking about? How shit?
It's because the
Fine,
show
message
wasn't
me.
Constantine.
I don't know.
entertaining.
Hold on.
There was one thing.
Wait a
Hey,
second.
one-
Wait.
Are we gonna
Hey,
talk
wait,
about how
wait.
One person at a
Hold
Constantine's
on.
time.
take
Wait a
is?
second.
One
Wait,
person at a time.
one moment.
1 second. 1 second.
Before we go into the rest of this, just please understand that there are literally 14 people in this channel, and if more than one of you talks at the same time, no one will hear what you say. Okay.
You sound really high right now, Redline.
I
He's
am.
always really high.
I am extremely.
Sounds scared.
I am also scared because
I think
I
in the
want to
Foon's
make
case, though, that's
sure.
probably for the best.
I just want to make sure that everybody's on the same page. So we're.
All right, can we talk about how shit Constantine's take on everything going on is?
I find it hilarious that you're being baited this hard by him.
I'm not being baited at all. I just think, like, to come out and say shit like that, like, that's pretty low.
I mean, is it a bait, though?
I'm just gonna.
Yeah, like,
not
that's a
say
real
anything
question.
here.
Is it bait, though?
I mean, if you speak to him, he fucking laughs his ass off about it. I'm pretty sure he's just doing it to antagonize you.
And what are we talking
we're not
about
really
now? What's
antagonized, though.
what's Con doing?
Constantine is spinning
real quick.
weird stuff.
Sandrin, I'm sorry for your loss, my friend.
Thank you.
Anyways, back to where I was. Constantine's a fucking moron. At least whatever the fuck his name is, Top House, comes in and like talks back to us and like talks shit with us. Constantine hides behind a fucking wall of inaccessibility. Like completely ignores anything we say.
Like Mittens.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like a problem.
I mean, you could probably easily get hold of Mittens.
See,
well,
Alterari,
yeah.
I actually have experience with this. But on a show I did several weeks ago, me and Spicy, we were talking. I have to say a less than stellar way about him, and he then joined the show, and then Loki came on and also talked
Jesus.
in less than stellar ways to him, and it had a very high view count.
I'd love him to come on here because I got words for him.
For who? Constantine?
I mean, Alter, I'd invite you on the next episode, but I have to make my show a little bit more upscale.
Oof. Ouch. Well, I'm gonna be completely shithouse hammered when your next show is. So that'd have to be the one after.
Okay, that works.
Alter, is that like a step machine in your background?
Dead air, am I the only one? Mifune, you just look blown out of your fucking mind.
Oh,
Holy shit.
Yeah,
he's
very high.
Johnny's love child. Holy shit.
Mifune, have a shave as well. It doesn't.
And see, so
Yeah,
this is
I
why we
know, I
don't do
need
cam shows, is because this is what happens.
We just roast each other's
We just
appearances.
roast each other all day.
I mean, that's what
I make
At least me and Carmen look hot.
Redline.
The rest of you are.
What?
Redline, you gotta let me on now because I have a nice campfire now.
No.
Redline, let the furry on, dude. We have to be all inclusive.
Dude,
No,
I have,
no
like,
one said that I needed to be all inclusive.
honestly,
Cancel me. I don't give a fuck.
Calentes.
I don't give a shit. Cancel me
What I
right
am
now.
gonna
I'm
say, right?
canceled.
But
Hashtag
Dave's beard
cancel
is
the
fucking
line.
amazing.
I need to trim it actually because I hate. how
Dude,
it
Dave's
looks
beard
like it
is.
just goes
I would
into
like
my
to
hair.
rub my face against Dave's.
Just your face?
Some other things too, but we gotta
Dave-
stay in the guidelines here.
Your hands?
Dave, do you normally have longer hair?
Yeah, my hair used to be. So if you look at some of
I
my
can hear
old
you, Dave.
VODs,
Your mic's
it
muted.
used to be. Well, no, it's not. Hello.
What?
Hello?
It used to be longer?
Yeah, it used to be down to here.
Okay.
Oh, I have Dave muted.
If
That's
you
probably
get
not
muted
reason.
from
you mean-
the other
Why would
day.
you mute Dave, you
No,
asshole?
he was on my stream the other day when Fire were meant to turn up and forgot their guns.
The real question is why wouldn't
Wait,
you
did that actually happen?
mute Dave?
Yes, it did.
Yeah, so they changed the guns on their battleships and then got halfway and went, we want to change back, and didn't bring the other guns with them.
So,
they burnt all the way
funny-
Kale, did you get a haircut?
So funny story, but that actually happened to RC last night, where Fire came, but then they wanted to switch out their guns, but then they didn't bring the refits, and then by the time they got back, I think it repaired.
I cannot take you seriously with that video.
Listen, just
I
try,
think it's a
okay?
bit rich.
Just try.
I think it's a bit rich you talking about Fire not turning up after you reinforced like 30 plus Fortizars and didn't even want to.
They're dead, aren't they? They're dead, aren't they?
I would
It's
like
just,
to say
it's just fucking
Hold on.
hilarious at this point
I would
how
like to
often
say-
it happens.
I went for an armor
didn't-
timer.
when did I reinforce stuff? When did RC
You
reinforce?
certainly did go for an armor timer, Dave. You certainly did.
Members-
For that, we do commend you. You certainly gave it a good old try.
End of the day, though, everybody had fun and.
I mean,
learning
I now
experiences
understand
and-
why you didn't 30 times, you know?
Because we're living in your head rent free right now. That's why.
The amount of people have asked me why I did that, and I was just like, because can.
I mean, what else are you gonna say, right? It was a group decision.
Exactly. It fucking weren't. It was me going, Blurkus, jump here, thank you.
So you're making a joke about a group decision, but wasn't like Pappy run on group decisions?
Yeah, they were on some council bullshit.
Joke.
Just
Riker, that's the joke, dude.
Guys, everyone.
The last weird.
I want you all to know.
Cross the line.
I have decided. I went outside and touched some grass, and I'm now a filthy girl kisser, and I'm quitting.
Why
I think
though?
next week we're gonna
Can I
need
have
a
your
script
stuff?
for the show, so we can give it to Karama, so we can follow the jokes.
Yeah, I think we need to start writing down our jokes ahead of time so we can give them to him.
Please. I would actually appreciate that. Also, technically, I'm not a fox. Just saying.
What are you?
Yeah.
What's your persona, dude?
Fucking dragon, dude.
Crap. What actually is this even called? I have to.
He
It's a
doesn't
fox,
I'm
dude.
gonna
You're a
need-
fucking furry.
I'm gonna need to shut this
Look at
shit
furries,
down.
man.
Dude, you look like a fox with Sonic's haircut.
Did you guys know if you Google rain, one of the things that comes up is a furry? I actually met the dude who has the rain in the fursona, and he's actually super chill. He calls himself Ronnie.
God damn it, get out.
We're like
Okay.
BFF.
Okay, so the actual name is a Rexium. I don't know what that means.
Oh my god, dude, you literally are doing the whole like OC fucking furry races shit. Like, don't do that.
Listen, I'm just reading it off the internet, okay? Like I'm trying to be cringy at this point, which
You go jump in that
Carmen, are you going to Vegas?
Topic we're on.
I'm not even sure what planet I'm on right now, if I'm being honest with you.
We know, Redline. Carmen, are you going to
But
Vegas?
I'm doing my best here.
There's Proteus drone buffs.
And no one flies a Proteus, and the drone
well,
buffs
I'll
aren't
try
gonna
to
make people
convince
fly
me.
the Proteus.
The Proteus is not.
Dave, I will
half
cuddle
bad,
with
though.
you if you come to Vegas.
I love how everyone just ignored that and didn't even give me a chance to answer.
I know,
No, I'm
like-
not going to Vegas, but I am going to FanFest.
Oh,
fuck
I was thinking
FanFest.
again FanFest, but then I'd rather spend my money on going somewhere nice.
Alterari.
FanFest is nice. That sounds amazing.
What, like Vegas?
With how fucking cheap it is to get to FanFest.
Karama, you want to carpool to
The
Vegas?
thing is, it
Yeah,
could
sure.
be pretty cheap, but the issue is, honestly, I've got no answer for that.
It's like 70
So
quid for
Dave,
the
you
flight.
pay like
it's
50
really
bucks.
cheap.
You pay $50 to get there, and then you're
I'm
like,
gonna
"Hey
have a
guys,
look, I'm
I'm
gonna have
Dave
a look, I'm
Archer,"
gonna have a
and then
look,
you
hold on.
get drunk in somebody's like hotel room and pass out. Like that's what people.
Are you
do
going,
all the
That's
time.
what I did in DC.
I was going to go, but now I can't.
You see, the real misleading thing about FanFest, though, is that, getting there's real cheap, but you go to get a beer at the bar and it's like 25 quid.
You just say, "Hey guys, my name's Carmen. I'm an FC," and then people buy you drinks. What the fuck?
So,
I mean, I
Rain,
can't
I'm
say
going
I'm
on
FC
a.
anymore.
Doesn't
I'm
work
FC.
that easy.
Yeah, you can. You could be like, "It was me. I made the decision to jump into M2," and then everyone will buy you drinks. It literally
Probably.
works.
I'd buy
People
you a
just
drink.
buy you drinks.
If you made the decision to jump into M2 and like if I knew it was the person, I would absolutely buy them a drink.
It's not
All right, Carmen. Your last resort
Solomon won't
is
get drinks because he needs to be a relevant FC.
your last resort is there's a gay bar. So you go to the gay bar, you unbutton a couple
How
buttons.
was that
and-
last resort?
And because if
Honestly,
E players
That's a
won't
first
see
resort.
drinks,
Fuck
what
outta
the
here.
gay guys buy
It's
you
fine.
drinks. Like,
There are
hello?
some,
You know,
there are
like-
some gay players that I would.
No
So
judge.
if
Whoa, Dave.
if I'm trying to get drunk on a budget, I'm going to a gay bar because, well, I know they're gonna buy me drinks.
Exactly. If you're a woman, you go to a straight bar.
Exactly. As a
Like,
guy,
oh,
like
hey
if
guys,
I'm trying to
let's
get drunk
engage.
on a
Honestly,
super
you-
tight budget,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
going to a
like-
gay bar.
It's like
Okay,
300 quid.
I've been called out by CCP Signal. What am I talking about? Are you not in it FC now? Yeah, okay, yeah.
I mean, and it would be
You
lucky to
caught-
have
Did you share those logs?
I shared them with a few people, not too many though.
Okay. Are we holding on to that for Reddit?
There's some good. I'm not going to post on Reddit. Like it's not good enough for Reddit, but there's some good stuff in there.
I feel like it's good enough for Reddit, my guy.
I don't know, man. I mean, the guy made an
Everything's
honest
good enough
mistake,
for
right?
Reddit,
Like it's
come
not
on,
really.
Dude, no, what do you mean he made?
Mistake.
Okay, I'm gonna get the story time
Last
because I
place
can.
on.
look is
I'm going on a cruise after Vegas, like literally the next like day.
Where
You,
to?
you, it's just like 5 days to Mexico.
Oh, I'm down.
You want to go?
Actually, I don't know if I can. I might not have enough time off.
You should check because like it's super cheap, and like it's buy one get one free basically, and we'll just get drunk.
Wait, are you saying buy one get one free as in you buy the cruise and I get in for free?
No, my mom and I are already going, and I'm trying to like get other people to go.
I'll go with you, Rain. We'll go get drunk.
Okay, if it's as long as the drinks on the cruise are free, because I can get blackout pretty fast.
You
so-
can get the drink. So one of the options is a drink package as a
Yes,
bonus.
okay.
So you get like, not like obviously the premium stuff, but you do get some of the alcohol included.
I'm just trying to get fucked up.
Dude, I need an
to
audience with CCP Hilmar immediately because there needs to be an Eve cruise.
Redline-
An Eve
Redline,
cruise.
you have to go as
Dawn.
well.
We
I'm
did an
not
Eve
going.
cruise.
Oh my
A Grey Gal organized
on
an
an
Eve cruise.
actual cruise ship.
Yes,
Yeah,
she
we
organized
did.
a cruise on an actual cruise
Really?
ship.
Let's let them
Yeah.
fix the
Yes, there
game
were 30
first.
of us.
It was in the before time, the long ago.
Yeah, that's
Dude,
where
I
Jason
would
and I
rather
got married.
look. If I'm being
Also,
honest,
Rari,
I
if all
would
you wanna do is
rather
get
do
fucked up, you
that
should take a
than
fleet to
play
Fatalis.
a good game.
A fleet to Fatalis so you guys can run for me again?
I
So
heard you
Redline,
guys
you
do
need to
the
go on
running.
this cruise. You got to come as well.
Hold on, Don. I'm
hold
busy
on, let me
talking
check
Your
on
shit.
wife, Redline. I want to meet your wife.
Okay, well, meet my wife.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
Alterari, you know
Bring
who else is
her.
coming to Vegas, right?
Your first seat?
No, I was gonna say Spicy McNicey, but okay, whatever. God damn it! The heck did I hit?
Your fursuit?
Can we get Riker unblacklisted so that way I can actually have him in court finally?
Don,
See,
why
I
don't you
tried.
get me unblacklisted? What the fuck?
Okay, Don.
Because you're never gonna like suck Mitten's dick, so it's it's not gonna happen.
That's not how any of this.
Okay, I'm fine. I'm not gonna laugh.
That was an option?
So
There's so many things I could have said. to that.
I'm gonna touch on the come to Feyth of others thing.
He said come.
They are not.
Last
They're
two
not.
times I did a subcap fleet, I decimated both Horde and Fire, and they ran for me, and they lost 2 high ups.
Yeah, last time you did a cap fleet, you fed 600 bill worth of dreads. So I mean that offsets it.
That's okay.
But every win that you've had last year was all
have you met?
snuffed out in the matter of
When
hours.
has a Cord never fed a bunch of dreads and/or capitals? John
He's not
did
wearing a
one.
co-ord hat with that, but
I have never fed a bunch of capitals. I'm a core.
Dave's done it. John's
by
done
the way, guys,
it.
have you met our
Whoever
new
was
skirmish
before
commander,
that.
Altarai Phoenix?
What?
New skirmish commander.
Oh, I'm a new skirmish commander. When did that happen?
Does that mean he's allowed to run Feroxes?
Yes, I am allowed to run
No,
Feroxes.
he's not.
Also, Don, I tried to get him blacklisted, but apparently I'm blacklisted for quote unquote overt actions with malice.
I know. That's
What
why.
does that even mean?
Get on your knees.
I mean,
hangs out with the
do you want me to go over the list? Because
Wait, why am I blacklisted?
no
No,
one
one
really
can answer me that.
Because you're very.
Is it because I won't suck Matani's dick?
It's yes. That's
I feel like
the
this
real
is
reason.
sexist, dude.
That's
No.
it works.
That is a very weird thing to say, Don.
What, you think men
No, I'm
can't suck
not.
dick?
Dude, I'm going public with this.
No, I
Is this really what we're doing right now, team?
Is there a
Public?
news website I can contact?
Is this not public?
No.
No, we got to put it in writing, Ashtaroth.
Oh, I see. Publish.
Posted on Reddit.
Right. Yeah.
I need help.
Same thing, dude. My vocabulary
I
is
need
small.
help.
Are we ready
If
to
you're
move on to,
too
like, the
much
final
of a
bullet point on the agenda
sympathizer
today?
of other people,
Yeah, let's
then
talk about
you
the
can't
patch
be in
notes.
in group.
Well,
Talk-
first off, we have to
Did we
convince.
read the last meeting's minutes?
No. We just talk about the patch notes, right?
I have a puppy.
We talk about the structure nerfs.
Puppy!
The PDS. Yeah, where's the puppy? Hello, puppy.
It's a,
Karama, sit down.
it does not want to be held.
I
Look
love
how
how
creepy
Redline's
Chrome
trying to
is.
be
Off she goes.
serious, and
Can't see him, so
All right, I've had maybe a little bit of bourbon,
great.
Wait, why?
just a smidge.
Hell yeah, Don, I'll drink to that.
I'm on vacation. I do whatever I want. I'm just sitting outside my condo because there's nowhere to sit
Makes
with
sense to me.
Wi-Fi.
All right. So, what are your favorite things about the patch that came out today?
Wait, a patch came out today? What was in
Yeah,
it?
a patch came out today.
Well,
with
Ashtarothi touched on it. It was the new skins, the Rorqual jump,
Oh, finally the
the
thing,
UI.
the thing they should have put out when they changed all the waste mechanics and shit.
Yeah. Well, no.
Well, that's good.
And also, they made it so that nobody can get Pittsburghed anymore.
Don
And they
Scottish
buffed
Jack
What do you
is
mean?
asking what you're drinking.
I went cheap. It's just Evan Williams and Coke Zero Cherry.
The
Nothing fancy today. This is
The
strictly
act-
to get drunk.
the act of Pittsburghing is getting headshot in your monitor by a Keepstar Doomsday. which can no
See,
longer
I
target
think
sub-capital
That's not a thing
ships.
anymore.
I'm gonna touch.
But that's why you just throw a fax over
I
there and have
think-
it just bounce.
No, because I don't think it.
No, it won't bounce either.
I think
Yes,
that
it
actually
will.
removes
I
a
don't think so.
very important skill from FC
Maybe.
when attacking keep stars. Quite frankly,
Does it?
Warping away and warping back.
or fighting on a keep star grid. So, say you're hitting like a beacon, which can be in range of a keep star. You have to bear in mind your range to that keep star whilst you're attacking the beacon. It basically makes doing anything on grid with a keep star stupid easy, as if you're just on grid with a Forza.
What do you
It's
mean?
fucking pointless. Well, the whole point of a keep star, like the main selling point of a keep star, is well, you can dock your supers and titans, and B, it's got a doomsday that will zap anything that comes in range.
That
Now,
first one's a pretty big bonus.
yeah.
Now, why should you?
It's also
Why should you be able to
being
just
able to get out of your
zap-
Titan is not a
You
bonus.
shut up.
Why
Okay.
should you be able to
If
just
you
zap
spend
an FC out of
200 billion
existence?
on a building, you should be able to do whatever you want with
Why?
it.
Because if they're
What
in
would
range
you
long
do
enough to
differently?
get fully locked by that keep star, and
What
then
if they're
the
attacking
time
the keep star?
To be clear, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be able to do that. What I'm saying is that that is a big bonus. Like I would say that that's
It's
the
a-
biggest reason why you go with the keep star.
But my
Yeah.
point is, when it comes to defending it, like from the defender's point of view, that is a huge thing to be able to zap the hostile FC. But with the way Monitor's SIG is, you're only going to ever hit one of them, unless for whatever reason their fleet is fucking miles away, or their fleet is tiny. And then,
From what I remember, they bounced to the monitors, don't they?
no,
Yeah, it's the
No,
bounce.
no,
The
you
bounce,
target the monitor.
the bounce is based off of mass. It will hit
Oh,
the
there you
highest mass ships first, and the monitor is a bigger mass than.
Oh
every
yeah, so you need
There
like
you
more than
go.
2 per fleet.
But the other thing is now you can freely warp on grid with a keep star without any issue
I mean,
at all.
it has fighters, people inside it.
Yeah, but if you
PDS,
can't get away from
missiles.
fighters, really, should you be anywhere near a fleet? I mean,
I mean, the whole headshotting thing was kind of annoying, but it wasn't a massive issue.
Yeah,
Like, most of the
one-
times we were fighting over keep stars in Delve, we just
The
had
fact-
3 cloners with more
Well,
monitors.
that's only a small
the
piece
fact
of
that
it.
it can zap like what is it, like 5 to whatever chips in a
5 to
fleet
10.
at once.
They cut its damage in half for like most of
Yeah.
its capital missiles.
There's a keep star's meant to be
30%.
powerful. There's no point nerfing it.
I mean,
wonder if it
the
was just-
power is being able to dock super capitals.
Because like,
Yeah, but
has anyone wait, hold on? Has anyone actually
That was
fully
tether,
attacked a
bro.
keep start without capitals with only subcaps?
Yes,
Yeah.
Init did it.
Yeah, Fred did it with
That was an
bombers.
actual thing. Okay,
are
because
we on about an online one or?
Well, yeah, I would say an online one where you could actually use the DD. Because in my
It's-
experience, the only time you DD is when you're just like bothering a group that's kind of harassing around, and it's almost.
Me and
never
Asher
serious.
and a group of us did it in cruisers.
Init's done it loads. Init
Yeah.
attacked loads of keep stars and cash using like,
Okay.
you know,
You just boost
what was it,
your
like
Ravens
Ishtars and then
I
like
will
Ravens
say-
and stuff?
So we're talking a lot about serious combat. The only thing I think that is going to be missed is when we're doing Sino Vigils on a Keep Star, and a lot of times to kind of send it off, they would DD the subcaps. And I really wish CCP would give us that option to say like, hey, a bunch of dudes are doing a Sino Vigil, like you
Well,
should
the
be able to
Titans
DD
still
to make it look cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the DD, the Titan.
Because
can
if you've
still do
got
it,
a
you just
keep
can't do
star,
the
you
lightning.
sure as fuck have a Titan. So DD
I mean,
Titan.
we purged T5 with subcaps, and I mean, I may or may not have warped into
Yeah,
the
but it
center of
wasn't
T5.
defended. But
So there,
Who's
the
gun,
one thing
though?
that I think is kind of important to talk to at least bring up is the fact that so the PDS nerf is not in yet. You can
Also
build the
not really
ammo
much of a
and get
nerf.
ready.
I think
No, it
the
is. The
damage
PDS
nerf-
Pretty
nerf-
nasty.
The PDS
Like everyone
nerf
real
hit
quick.
today.
The
No,
damage,
it's
the
it did
damage
not.
nerf is
No, the damage nerf did, but the need
Yeah.
for ammo is not in the game yet. That is
But-
coming on the 19th.
I kind of like that one, but kind of don't because, like, yet again, you shouldn't have any need to go no PDS
Well,
unless you want to try and gank something. In which case, just adapt what you're using and snipe it.
Yeah, like the PDS is weaker, that's undeniable, but does it meaningfully change it in the ways that it reduces it being effective at the things it was the most useful for? No, not at all.
In a jackdaw fleet
I mean, it is quite literally half as effective as before, Carmen.
You are just stupid for thinking that. Please stop talking, Jeremy.
Carmen, if something does,
You know, I've never agreed with
The
Carmen
reload's
on
a
anything
minute.
but this. I do have to agree with Carmen. Shut the fuck
Like,
up.
what is the PDS good for, right? The PDS is good for stopping bombs from shooting battleships and clearing
bombers.
bubbles. and killing
frigates.
bombers and stuff, right? Like
Frigates.
And drones. Clearing drones.
New bros.
We'll still do that stuff, right? But like the main benefits are like
No.
stopping bombs hitting and stopping like clearing bubbles, and it still does that. Like
Speaking of bombs,
amazingly well. It's not been stopped. It's not been stopped from doing that at all. Clearing frigates, yeah, it probably will still do that quite good. Take a bit longer, okay, yeah, sure, but like it's still gonna fucking die. They're frigates, you know.
So, but what about the bomb launcher? So the bomb launcher went from 10 to 4, and the other one went from 14 to 4, or something like that. I think. Like,
What do you mean?
The bomb
and there's
launcher
a
is
really
much
long
bigger
reload,
challenge.
and their radius went down.
But in their explosion, yeah.
It's because somebody complained that buildings were too hard to hit.
Well, then just adapt how you. This is the so all the complaints are
Burn
this is too hard to
everything.
kill, that's too
Just
hard
burn-
to kill. Like, just adapt how you're doing it. It's like when people cried
Just
that
feed
supers were too
600
hard to
bill
kill.
of dreads.
Yeah, okay. Ignoring means you just adapt how you're doing it. So if you think a super's too hard to kill, maybe you should relook at how you're doing it. Maybe if you think a citadel's too hard to kill, relook at how you are trying to kill that citadel.
Dave, do you
I will
not think
say-
the citadels are too difficult to kill?
I'm one of those
No, I
people that complained, but I also attacked like an Astra house with a battleship and like 4 Logi, and it solo killed me. So either I'm really bad.
Because you're attacking something 5 times the size of you, surely. it
Either
should be
either I'm really
hold up,
bad,
hold up,
but
hold up.
but I mean that was like with no other ships. It was literally just the Astra House Defender, which can be done by an Alpha, by the way. But I don't know if that's just me being bad. Or
Are
if
you
that's
biased
just me
against Alpha?
extra
Are you
CCP
saying
kinda
do you have a problem
suggested.
with Alphas doing that? Are you saying?
Yeah.
Are you
Why
Well, no,
should I
the
be able
idea-
to log
the
in
idea
a
was-
character with 0 skill to gun a ship or
I
to
feel like
gun a
this is
Citadel?
You need the Citadel gunning skill.
Listen,
by
those
itself,
people that live in
without
that
help.
building deserve to be able to defend themselves, Rain.
You guys
Even
do
if
that
they
thing where
can't
you'll
fly a
fucking scream
spaceship
at
themselves.
The big thing to look at here is it doesn't really affect any of our alliances. It
It
affects
affects
the
my
li-
alliance.
Okay, yeah, but
I mean-
nobody cares about you. It affects
True.
it affects the little guys more, like way more than it affects Goons or Test or Horde or anyone.
I mean, Test is one of the little guys.
It'll
now, so-
affect- yeah, I was gonna say Test is
I'm
one of the
in
little
a little
guys.
alliance and it really doesn't
Yeah, but
affect us.
they've got Daddy Horde to help them, so I mean.
I know, Big Daddy Horde.
So I'm in a smaller alliance and it doesn't affect us.
Yeah,
at all.
It's gonna affect the like little corps that want to have their little structure. You know.
Would the little corps
Except for
Success. I agree with you, Fred.
Hitting capitals.
Rather than stopping, but other than stopping annoying attacks, the guns on a Citadel, other than when you drop 600 bill worth of dreads on them, don't do much in a fight because they ain't gonna touch that subcap fleet if it's Logi or.
What?
I just want to be clear about like one thing real quick, right? Dave, did you read that thread on Reddit a while ago from
I don't read
Paiwanto
Reddit.
about Citadels, where it was, basically saying Citadels were too strong and need to be nerfed? And
Dave
it
is
was
my favorite
It was
person.
a signed letter. It was signed by nearly 100 major FCs
I
in
just-
the game.
It was signed by Carmen.
I never go on Reddit
So
ever.
when it comes to the Citadel change, right?
Yeah, I agree
The
with
biggest
that.
thing,
The
the biggest thing.
I
that
agree with
comes to
John
it-
here.
The biggest thing that comes with it, right, is that what CCP wanted to stop was they wanted to stop. If I take 20 bombers to go ref in Athenor, one dude with guided bombs and a target painter shouldn't be able to stop me.
They shouldn't
Yes,
stop
they
you.
should.
They can't.
Yeah, they
hold on, hold on, hold on.
They should.
Bombers are low
Why-
investment.
How are they
Jack
stopping
Logi.
you? Do you not
Hang
know
on,
how to like
Muffin.
firework? Like
I know,
Okay.
like blinking is a thing, but that's
Hold
just
on, stop.
CCP's like thing with it, right? Is that if you want to defend your structure, form a fleet. That's what they want to force.
Yeah,
But
not
why?
everybody
The
can do
building's
that.
so expensive
And-
most of the time.
Do me a favor. Take a little like toffee hammer, you used to
Real
beat
quick,
toffee,
real quick.
and go and try and knock down your house with it. You ain't gonna be able to fucking do it.
Hey, Flood, that's pretty poggers.
Real quick, shut up.
Oh my god.
Get outta here.
Just
I
saying.
have to leave to go be a fucking
you-
officer and experience real life. It
Can
was
you
good
change
hanging
your
out with you guys.
persona to
Take care,
a kitty
Altori.
cat? Bye, Altori.
Altori, before you go,
Yeah.
show me the puppy because I was cooking.
Share what? Oh, the puppy?
Show
Yeah,
me the
here.
puppy. I was
She doesn't
cooking.
want to be held.
Oh,
Anyway,
she's
she-
sleeping right now.
Oh,
Give me a second.
Karama.
Give me a second. Give me a second.
no, don't wake it. Oh.
Karama, be a
Get
kitty
the
cat.
puppy.
But yeah, no, back to the.
Seize the puppy.
No, I don't.
I don't think I have a kitty cat, but I've got this.
what? Goon?
Find one.
What Fortizar's instructions
It's pretty
were-
funny you think that after that fight the other day, to be honest
I
with
like
you.
the other one better.
What Fortizar's instructions
We
and all
could
those
have
things
easily
did.
left that without me even touching it with dreadnoughts.
Yeah, I know. I'm just taking the piss, right? Like you are right. I'm just being a dick.
Yeah, it's just highly entertaining that things that get nerfed are never the things that need to get nerfed, and half the time it's maybe looking at something else that needs to be buffed or changed rather than going, oh, we'll nerf this to make what exists. Back to my point about the supers, they didn't need to nerf HP and shit. People just needed to use their brain a little bit more.
So
and maybe buff a few other things that should be powerful enough to fight.
So Dave,
okay, so what if
because my thought is CCP is still coming out with Citadel changes, so what if this is just the precursor to Citadel changes? So it looks like in isolation, maybe not great nerfs or whatever they may be, but what about the holistic picture?
Well, they've not touched any of the actually important points which probably need to be addressed.
What are the important points?
CCP about this today.
Citadel, tether, reinforcement, like the amount of reinforcers you get, damage caps, probably antiplexes and Tenebrax jammers are the main ones.
Yeah, this is not the quote-unquote Citadel update.
I do think if a Citadel is in Hull, it should lose tether.
I mean, what's that? What's the purpose of that?
Why would anyone defend in Hull then? If
Yeah,
you
like,
can't
no
defend
one-
by
Fights on the whole timers, man.
Yeah,
nobody
people
does it anyway.
People
And then
don't
you
defend
just-
on the Hull anyway, so what's
it
the point
doesn't
of
change
changing
anything.
something?
But it'd be a change that would mean
Do nothing,
Well, they
yes.
stop
Wouldn't that
competing.
change how MTAC 2 went?
Not really,
No.
no, because
Not really.
Because M2 was in
Why
Hull,
not
right?
turn off tether when
It
there's
would've-
damage on the structure?
Yes, it would have changed everything, Dave.
Dawn,
It wouldn't have
Thank you,
figured out. It's like I haven't talked with the people who were in charge of that shit.
Go run your vocals and shut the fuck up.
You suck my dick.
Don, you understand the problem with M2 was that we couldn't put enough people in the system, not that the structure had tether on it.
Yeah,
You understand
if we
the
didn't
The only
concept.
reason they were in the system is because they had tether.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm not
You think
stupid.
you would have stayed and fight if it was reinforced? They would have tether after
I
the
know
armor
what the
timer.
plan was. Okay, Mike. Like if
The
there
whole
was no
plan
tether, we
was
wouldn't have
to-
jumped in there.
Can we just say
who's
that
saying we
CCP
wouldn't have?
signal is on fucking fire in chat at the moment?
What? Okay, so here's what we need to do. Just delete structures. Okay, we go back to living in stations. Astra houses just become the old school like posses. You have to put an Astra house on every moon in the
That
star.
sounds like
Hold on, can we backtrack a little bit? Can we backtrack a little bit? Jeremy, please tell me more about your knowledge of the decision-making process that led up to M2.
It was a group decision.
So going back to hold on real quick, touch on what Dawn said, ignoring the savage comment a little bit. Admittedly, maybe with or without tether, a different decision may have been made, but we don't know because there was tether. However, it would not have changed the fact of what happened if we had have gone in and then they tried to jump in on top, because the server would still not be able.
You wouldn't
to
have gone in without tether, sitting there with what? How many times
that
just
would-
without tether?
We've done it
let's go-
before.
Yeah, it wouldn't
I
be the
suspect they
first
would,
time.
to be honest with you.
Yeah, we
When have you
almost
done it
we al-
before?
Six RCQ.
6 RCQ.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we nearly did it on the YZ9 Fortizar.
Nearly.
Yeah, nearly. Because
Nearly.
I know it didn't work.
Yes, but
So-
the main thing is ignoring whether we would or wouldn't. Take the same situation, remove tether, still changes nothing. Because once we were jumped in, whether that Citadel lived or died, we weren't leaving that grid until downtime.
Hold on. Do we really want to change that would have stopped? Like, is that
Yeah, exactly. You don't want those changes, but
what we want?
But
the point,
I agree, Ash.
the second the first Doomsday volleys were fired, tether would not have played really a part, because yes, a tactic would be to try and de-aggress and tether up if you're being targeted, but with how tie-dye is, there's no guarantee that's ever gonna
What the fuck are you talking about, Dave?
Yeah,
Tether
Dave,
is the
I gotta
only advantage
agree.
that Citadels
Like-
have in Titan fights.
Yes, but what I mean is there's no guarantee that if you de-aggress, your tether will activate.
But it
before
is
your
a
Doomsday.
massive fucking factor, though. Like, this is not a trivial thing. Tether is an enormous defensive benefit in Titan on Titan fights. It's huge.
But once all your dudes are off tether, there's no guarantee you're going back on, so it's a thing to think about.
But a lot of them do. Like, you're saying it's not guaranteed, right? But a lot of them do.
That's like saying that your sensor boost buff falls off your catalyst when you start shooting. Like, yeah, I've already locked the dude.
I can
Like,
guarantee
Someone in
you
Twitch,
that
the most
someone in
broken
Twitch
thing
chat
about
is
Citadels.
claiming that it saved 20 Titans in M2. He heard.
it, yeah, it did.
That
In fact,
sounds
we
about
had
right.
20. Yeah,
That
we
sounds
had.
about
I
right.
know.
I
The
believe some
pilots
random
that
dude in
it
Twitch chat. He has
saved.
no
I was
reason to
gonna-
lie.
Okay,
So
so
did
as
jumping
someone,
out on the
Yeah, we.
backside.
I was
People
gonna.
someone
jumped
who
out
was
because they were
actually in
tired.
that
So
400
sorry.
dread
And
target
No,
targeted.
Pittsburgh jumped
And
out because
targeted.
he was
jumped
getting
his Moloch
targeted.
out because he was being
eventually
targeted.
get
I mean,
The difference there, though, is that there is a counterplay to jumping out. You can fucking bobble them, right? You can't
we did
counterplay
eventually.
tethering them unless you have like fucking like 1,000 hicks on a keep star, which is obviously
Horde had a
an
hick
idea that
fleet.
would never happen.
Wait a
Horde had-
sec.
raise you this.
Hold up, Horde
Hey.
had a hick fleet. They could have done that.
Who-
Just saying.
Or I raise you this.
What did you
a
say
super
about
carrier fleet with
Pittsburgh's Moloch?
grapplers. That's been done
Sorry, a
before.
super carrier fleet with what? Oh,
Grapplers.
okay.
That's been done before as well.
Pittsburgh. No, Pitts jumped his Moloch out,
That's a
but
fair point,
I will say, in fairness, one of our Molochs jumped out in them too. Shock
Oh, yeah,
jumped
no.
his.
Honestly,
Shock
if I was
has
in a
a
Moloch,
real
I'd be
life?
jumping the fuck out.
Remember when everyone made fun of Killabee for making that call, and turns out he was fucking
Yeah,
right?
but it's
That's
not.
that's
a
a
lot
personal call.
That was a
This is an
personal
alliance
call,
level
not a
call.
fleet call.
It wasn't an order. It was him going down, getting out.
Killabee was fucking right, dude.
Not really.
Right, but you
No,
guys
we
agree,
lost
though,
to
that,
Vanquisher.
tether is a massive advantage defensively,
Oh,
right? Like,
no,
it's
it
probably
is
the
an
most
advantage,
broken thing
but-
about Citadels.
On the comment of
Asset
would they have
safety.
gone in or not, nobody would know because it didn't happen like that.
Yeah, but the point I'm trying to get at, right, is that tether is not the issue. Like, the fact that tether exists is not the problem, and the fact that tether exists is not the thing that's overpowered about it in existing with Citadels, right? It's the fact you can re-tether after like 1 minute. If
30
your re-tether
seconds,
delay was
actually.
15 minutes,
30
you'd
seconds.
be like, okay, 30 seconds then. If you could only re-tether 15 minutes after having aggression, right, the same as safe login, it just would not be an issue at all. Like, the initial tether is not the problem. Re-tethering out of combat
Yeah, but
is
why
the
would you
problem.
have it building then? You're removing the reason
what's
why you
the-
would put the
yeah.
asset out in
Put
space.
things in the building.
So, wait,
What would be the point of putting
don't want
Titans
docking?
on the Keepstar itself
So-
rather than 50 kilometers
No,
behind your
personally-
fucking fleet?
You're telling me
I
that the
don't-
only reason why you have structures is for tether?
Yeah, I don't
Yes.
just have them for
Yeah.
Astro,
I
did you
mean,
play
docking?
this game?
The
You,
reason that
you spout a lot of stuff, but like,
I think
of course you would put an Astro House down or a Fortizar down to have tether because it does give you
yeah,
a
it's
huge
not-
advantage.
in
I see what
certain
you're saying.
strategies you would, yeah.
I see what you're saying.
But so
Not
let's say
always,
you're
but
sieging.
sometimes, a lot of the times, structures do just get deployed literally just for their tether.
Well,
I
like
understand.
siege forts, like the
Correct.
one we had in JTEC T, that was put for the ability to tether. The siege forts that were on all of our keep stars in Delve when they were destroyed, same reason. That's why they were there.
Well, it's
for
not
no
only
reason
that;
other
it's
than
the
tether.
use of the guns on the Fortizar to as an anti-capital deterrent. Because that
Yeah.
beforehand they did,
As we
you know,
found out the other day.
Sir?
Well, so this is the tether is designed to.
Guns are like not that great on forts, right?
They're
like the thing is, right? Okay, please go on, Jeremy. Tell me about this.
like 1.25 the damage of a super plus the EWAR benefits. So if like a fax or whatever jumps, you can nuke the fax, you can tackle, you can target paint. And you still get the fighters of a super. Like there's so much versatility with those guns. They do a lot of damage. The whole thing does a lot of damage against gaps.
The anti-cap capabilities of a fort basically stop small escalations from happening, right? When you have like larger amounts of caps on grid, it doesn't actually change very much at all. The damage it does, right? Because it does about the damage of 2 dreads, right?
Yeah,
so
so
the
attackers
only
just
way
need
that it
2 more dreads.
the only thing that it meaningfully changes, right? Yeah, you get 2 dreads for, air quotes free, right? But the only thing it changes is that if you can tackle all the dreads and then tether all your shit up, you can just kill them all with the fort, right?
Yes,
But if you've got
exactly.
100 dreads and 100 dreads, the fact that your fort can do 2 DPS of 2 dreads, right? It doesn't really change very much at all. It's not going to significantly alter the outcome of that fight, like at all. 2 dreads versus 2 dreads, and you get 4. Yeah, obviously,
you
like the tower
talking
default's
about?
going to
I
win.
mean,
right?
we saw. I was gonna say we saw at the end
Are
of
we
YZ9,
still talking
like,
about the
This is like-
changes that were
those
made
kinds
to
of fights, like,
Citadels
once
today?
every couple of years.
just talking about Citadels in general.
And do they need to be nerfed? I think.
So tether is designed to fill the design space that like pos shields did, right?
Correct.
But the problem is that in order to get out of pos shield, you had to physically leave the pos shield, which means in order to get back in, you had to physically make it back in. People could bump you out. You were way more exposed. Like it wasn't just you could just decide to disengage in the same way. So I do think that the ability
Rain, take a
for
drink.
invulnerability to like come back later on in the fight is a pretty big difference.
The issue,
Hey, what do I
basically,
pick?
right, is power creep, and we've seen it with pretty much everything to do with Citadel since they came out. You know, like Ansiplexes, you know, like previous jump bridges were, you know, fulfilled a lot of the same role, right? But you couldn't put fucking capitals through them. You can put capitals through Ansiplexes. Tenebrex jammers, right? Like old Signer jammers, there were counterplays to them. Now there are less counterplays because they have damage caps, and you can also anchor
Alright.
3 of them in a system.
Let
which
me
you could only
ask
anchor one
you
before.
real quick. Let me
Basically,
ask you
all
something,
Citadels
Carmen.
are blanket better than what their previous equivalents were in the game beforehand.
Carmen, buddy. So, do you support the changes that were made or not?
Yes, I do, but I think they weren't even
And you
close
don't
to being
think they
far
were
enough.
far enough, right? And you understand
this is not the
that
big change.
understand that FanFest is in like a month, right?
Yeah, and I genuinely think that they probably
And-
made like
and
the easy win
that's-
changes now, and there will be more controversial changes
That
later.
is
Yeah,
exactly what
that's
CCP Swift told me
That's where all the
this
big
morning.
stuff is going to be. Is at FanFest.
Was this on
Like,
stream or is this like
teams.
DM?
No, like on
Patch?
stream.
That
Like,
doesn't mean we can't
I was
criticize
going over the patch
what's there
notes
currently, right?
and I specifically asked.
Like,
No,
we
no,
don't know
this
what
is
the
supposed.
going to be later.
We're supposed to be getting more information about this by the 19th, I think.
We
because this is
have-
part of the road to FanFest updates.
We have endlessly criticized Citadels forever.
Well, I think it's worth pointing out
Structures.
because so when CCP made the structures, they had to make them better than player-owned stations, and they had to make them better than player-owned like sticks, the structures, because if they didn't, then players would refuse to adapt them. And so they had to make them better. And in theory, you make them super good, probably strong, and then you phase out posses, you phase out player-owned stations or whatever, and then you make structures the sole thing that players use, and then you kind of balance and tweak them. CCP kind of fucked it up where they obviously were too strong at first. I remember like the void bombs and everyone had to fly Macarials. And then at one point you couldn't even you only had to shoot the shield timer within a 2-hour time frame that wasn't even in your time zone and all this other dumb shit. And so they're finally patching them and fixing them and patching them and fixing them. And ideally we're getting closer to that point where they're more balanced and then they can start like retiring posses and finally delete the pos code or whatever the fuck the dream is or whatnot.
They're not going to delete the pos code.
They're not. Yeah,
They, as far as I'm aware, CSM continuously talks about how CCP has like a gamble running on who gets to actually press the delete button on the pos code.
Yeah,
Thing
but
is,
like,
they make a quite a useful role. I think that their role has definitely
There's no equivalent
changed,
role, though.
But yeah, they'd have to actually replace pauses with something because at the moment they make a damn good quick safe if you need to do something. They allow they cause extremely expensive assets to be at risk at the moment. So, for instance, Test and Co had 2 Titans in X-Tac 7 that we actually almost caught one of them as they left. That Titan would not be in that danger if a pos did not exist because you would never have fucking had it there.
Agreed. And it takes posses aren't ready to go away. CCP still has tons of work that they need to do, but that's the end goal ideally. But we're still over 5 years into this work with the Citadels.
Over 6 years, I think.
Well,
over 6.
So they're at feature parity. They could remove
No,
points,
they're
but
not.
as,
they couldn't. They could
as
not.
CCP
They
They're
could
not
not.
feature parity because
They're
there's nothing
not.
that functionally replaces a POS with the same
There is
feature
no-
set and the same things that a POS has.
Can I
There isn't
finish,
something that's-
finish my point? As CCP Fuzzy said, during their development, they came across the fact that people were still need this other function of the quick beachhead, and therefore that would have to be solved before they took away the POS code. But most importantly, the real problem here is that removing the POS code is dev cycles that produces nothing. There's POSs aren't hurting the system right now, and therefore you would not get a different feature. Not probably a smaller feature, but you're sacrificing another feature so that way you don't have POSs anymore. That's a really hard sell.
I mean, they've been putting in a bunch of bullshit, so I mean, it'd be better time spent.
They blame POS code for a lot of things, though, right?
What are you talking about?
They blame POS code on a lot of things because it's super bugged. But if you're trying to upgrade the entire structure that the entire code that EVE Online is sitting on, POS code is one thing that has to go. It's similar to how they're upgrading all of the
Correct.
UI.
Yeah. And when they get that far where it's almost like an incidental as part as they're working else, and that's fine. But I'm just trying to explain why they don't prioritize removing POS.
Oh, I got you.
CSP Fozzie has said that the hardest, most time-consuming worst part that produces almost nothing is the actual part of removing the bosses themselves.
Okay, at least from what I remember when I first started playing this game, like I came in during the Age of Citadels, like the beginning of the Age of Citadels, and I remember them talking about basically FOB type things being made, like the Blood Raiders, Garistas, FOBs that you'd be able to anchor in someone's space as a beachhead. And I remember that being discussed 4 or 5 years ago, however long I've been playing this shit game for.
Yeah, those were like the small size structures that never appeared, weren't they?
Yeah, that's what
It was always like more of a, if we went this way, this is how we would do it. I always saw it as it's always been, that's a very back burner kind of thing.
If Postcode is blamed for so much, why aren't they getting rid of them?
It's really not blamed for that much
them?
anymore. Like, it's more of a meme than an actual.
It's both. There's some stuff where they realize.
Actually removing posses is like relatively easy in a lot of ways, right?
Remove them at all.
I
If you
agree. I
want
don't
to
think
just
there's a way to
remove it
remove
from
it.
the game, you could literally just make it so you physically can't have it. But
Yeah, just make it so you can't build them anymore, and then just like
and then
reimburse
they
the
could
ones that
deal
are in
with
people's
the
hangers
code
and remove
afterwards,
them.
but yeah,
you don't have to remove the code. You just need to make the item inaccessible to players in the game to function.
Well, eventually
The code in the background's the issue. It's not the actual
Eventually,
structure.
they're going to want to remove the code.
Sure, yeah, but in the short term,
Cover up posses, you don't actually fix the postcode problem.
It's like putting a new lick of paint on shit.
To Dave's point, though, like I don't think we should remove posses
problem in the
because they
first
don't.
place.
I don't think we should remove posses because they fulfill a role that Citadels don't currently, and like we're not at feature parity between posses and Citadels because there is no Citadel that fulfills what a posse does.
No, if they can make a Citadel to fulfill the role POS can, then remove POSes. But if they
Yeah, I agree.
can't, POSes still need to exist to fulfill. Like, I mean, like look at LoSec for some groups that maybe aren't able to put down a structure, so they keep their Titans in a POS. I mean, even in all that's still done is Titans and POSes. It allows for those groups to be able to use them without having to put down a bunch of structures that they can't contest because you have groups that are a hell of a lot larger than that.
If they can't contest that stuff, maybe they shouldn't have those ships. Hot take?
Depends. No, it depends what you're.
Yeah,
you're
if it's a
contesting, right?
small.
Like nobody's
I
going to
mean-
be able to contest Imperium or Pandemic Horde on their own, but smaller alliances should be able to exist against other smaller alliances.
Exactly, and that's why I like POSes. Like
For the most part, well, I don't think they should. The big null block should just not club baby seals half the time.
Yeah, so why are you guys fighting fire?
Right, I was gonna say,
because
as a big
Horde
clubbing
got
a baby
involved
seal.
first.
Dave, that's bait. You can't fall for it.
I know.
You mean that Horde sig that forms 60 people at most?
We have 9 people on our staging right now.
Yeah, you mean the Goon sig that's deployed in TR?
The entire
How many do you
alliance.
guys form?
I don't know. I could go ping in a match. I think there's.
Is it more than 60 or 80 people?
I mean, depends on the time.
Our sig.
Didn't you form like over 500 people the other day?
Yeah, but that was an all ping.
Our sig has like 200 X people in off. That's how many people we ping when we ping our sig.
But
time is a flat circle.
Look at me. I'm so small. I'm just pandemic hard.
Yeah, you also call down your main fleet the same as we call ours, so it's.
Why are you fighting Horde? They're just a bunch of newbies, dude.
Exactly, a bunch of newbies, Dave.
Also,
Hey,
at the same time.
Leave the newbies alone.
I know, tell
How
me.
would you shoot them?
Hold on, I'm in
Here's a-
Ascendant, so you really can't tell me to leave newbies alone.
So you really can't say that Fire's small because they've got like a ton of characters and they can easily they like when they were fighting RC.
Fire started this shit.
So to be clear, we didn't deploy down here explicitly to help Fire. We asked Constant if we could come down for the sake of context. We saw regular action happening between the initiative and test deployment, and we thought we could poke our MC a little bit. We figured our MC could form like similar to us, numbers wise, just for content.
Are you denazifying Feyth Bolus?
Listen, Fire
we
started
can't talk about
everything first, okay?
Oof.
They started poking the bear first. They started
just wanna
hitting
shoot
impact
fire.
first.
I just want to
After-
shoot spaceships.
When Horde Sig turned up, after Init left, it was literally just a Goon Sig. It wasn't even Jeff that was down there having some
Sig
fun
versus
and killing
Sig
shit.
action.
Yeah, and then suddenly
Two
main
Sigs
fleets
enter,
started
one
turning up,
Sig's
and
main
Sanduin
fleet.
started turning up. So it's kind of like,
Well, Sandrin with his 30 dudes, and you're.
well, yeah, but
That's some
it's
kind of like
still an
major
alliance.
force in the area, is it?
Oh,
Have you seen Sandrin? He's such
Dave
a
has been
Chad.
removed.
He's worth like 600 people. on his own.
I think that's just ended, Dave. He's gone.
You can't say that without a picture, Don.
What happened?
I don't have a chat picture.
I still have the picture of
Oh.
Sandrin's Tinder.
Just get rid of Dave. Dave is mean for no reason. I did nothing to him, and he's so mean to me.
Why did Dave leave without saying anything?
Because
He's
he
back in
can't.
Dragny.
He's back.
I think there was just a.
He DC'd. But Dave is still mean to me, and I didn't do anything to him.
Yeah, you
Don,
don't
he
do
doesn't
anything.
respect
That's
the fact that you
problem.
also fly rorquals, okay?
You got the
Rorquals
picture
are
of Sandrin's.
capitals.
Anyway,
Wait,
It is
post
a
the picture, Mike.
That was the picture that
I've-
one of Sandrin's
I've played
Tinder. Where
Send
it
it to me
says-
on
Yes.
Snap, dude.
I don't have you on Snap.
It's Chocolate Rain. What the fuck?
I don't have anyone from Eve on Snap. Fuck that.
Pussy.
No.
Did you guys know that the
That is
Proteus got buffed?
Rain, I'll add you and send pictures of my cat.
Yeah, dude. I respond to everyone who posts to me on the cat. My cat's right here.
Get it.
It's the
Team,
the picture.
I have good news and I have great news.
Well,
the
the
good
show should
news
be
first
Quit the game.
4 minutes ago.
is that we're at the end of the show. The great
Aw.
news is that there will be another one next week
Oh.
Why don't we
And
just
you-
continue this one, Redline?
because I need to go to sleep, Rain.
No, you fucking
I'm
don't.
hearing a lot of excuses right now.
You're about to hear a lot of
If
credit.
Dave Archer can stay up till 6 a.m., you can stay up till 6
Yeah, but
a.m.
in fairness, I did wake up at like 6 p.m. because I was at work tonight. Hence,
That is what I did
thought the
for
great
M2.
news- I thought
Also-
the great news was going to be that you've like finally decided to move on to the final bullet point you had on your agenda today, which was, and I quote, "I will also argue that Test is experiencing the death rattle, which explains the increase in Reddit posting from Dino Brains."
I mean, we've already kind of touched on that you guys are dying, and it's much funnier to watch you fade away into non-existence.
I was gonna say Carmen isn't in test anymore. He joined.
No,
Horde.
I'm in the initiative now, right? So I'm not in test anymore.
Oh yeah, I
If you're
forgot.
in
You're
initiative,
Dark
then-
Shine's alt.
Real quick, can I touch on this? Did anyone notice that Mike put on a suit jacket halfway through this and then took it off?
Yes, I did. I usually
we all
do when I
noticed.
go on
Team, I
stream.
got my cat.
Oh, pussy!
I just do it for shits and giggles, you know. When else am I gonna wear a suit?
Look, team.
Interview.
It's been real. There's gonna be another show next week. If you got any final thoughts, now's the time to say them while you can.
Redline, we should do these webcam shows more.
Yeah, we'll do another one next week.
Final thought. My
The
final thought is that whoever's in Florida on Thursday should go to Universal Studios with me, and we'll just play in Harry Potter World the entire day.
Are
I actually
you?
really want to
Alright.
get Harry Potter.
Harry Potter World. There you go. That was
Hey,
Don's
Don,
thought.
are you gonna be in Florida, man?
Dave, are you going to Vegas?
Yes.
Hell yeah, dude.
Oh, wow.
Oh shit.
People appear to be being dragged out.
They're dropping
Stop
like
it, Redline.
flies, dude. What? I was being dramatic.
What happened?
We were in the middle of a conversation, Redline.
Yeah, we're
Sorta.
talking about how we're going to be at Universal Studios on Thursday. Besides
See,
my
now,
family.
now you're all in the middle of 3 different conversations at the same time.
No, I'm not.
So just like the rest of the show, then.
Basically.
Carmelo Jello. Anyways, more final thoughts.
Delete
I have none.
structures. Bring us back to the days of where you have to anchor something on every moon to control a system. Totally wouldn't be a
Oh,
bad
yeah,
idea.
Fuck fuzzy stuff. There we go.
Yeah, that's the yearly reminder.
Aegisoft.
Also, thank you.
normally-
Actually, you know what? I'll give CCP a thank you. Thank you for making the Proteus a viable ship.
Yes,
That's
Proteus
CCP.
sucks.
That's CCP Aurora.
Yeah, I fucking love
I
the
wish
Proteus.
the Proteus got more stuff.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm already thinking of ways I can abuse it as a solo PvP ship. So
I'm just happy for anything that's not.
CCP Signal is a legend, dude. He's great. Anyways, team, thanks for watching Trash Talk Tuesday. See you next week.